Want to learn lots of fun facts? Sign up for this data marathon with Zarpado. Greta Garbo was a nude film star, but at 36, she disappeared from the public eye without explanation. She didn't announce her retirement or give interviews. She simply stopped acting and rejected all exposure. She moved to New York, where she lived alone for almost 50 years, avoiding cameras and contact with the world. Many speculated about her motives, but she simply said, "I want to be alone." She died in 1990, and her funeral was private, as it had been for her entire life since. In Florida, there's a hotel shaped like a giant guitar that shines in the sky, the Guitar Hotel. Standing 465 feet tall with LED lights simulating strings, it's part of the Seminole Hard Rock Complex. It has more than 1,200 rooms, luxury suites inspired by rock legends, and even a nighttime light show visible from miles away. Sleeping there is like living inside a concert. This is the Silence Mask, a device created by Sky that absorbs 80% of voice vibrations and blocks out external noise. Ideal for calls in public places, it uses military-grade material similar to that used to silence airplane engines. It's currently seeking support for mass production and is known as CES 2023. This is Handy Gang, a Chinese YouTuber known as the Useless Edison, for creating inventions that are as curious as they are impractical. Among his creations is a piano grill on a tricycle where he could play and grill meat at the same time. Although his inventions aren't functional, they stand out for their creativity. Alibaba's Fly Zoo Hotel in China is a futuristic example of hospitality, where almost everything is operated by robots. From check-in to room service and opening doors, everything is done with artificial intelligence and facial recognition, eliminating the need for human staff in many areas. The art of record-breaking can be as peculiar as it is surprising. Chanel Tapper boasts the world's longest tongue, measuring an impressive 3.8 inches in length. This measurement, taken from the upper lip to the tip of the tongue, has earned her several awards. One of her most notable skills is that, thanks to her tongue, she can lick her elbow, something most of us can't even attempt. In Austria, there is an impressive stairway to heaven that connects two rocky peaks via a 131-foot-high staircase. This Via Ferrata, known as the Himmlische Leiter, is located in the Dachstein region near Gossau and consists of metal rungs suspended from steel cables. It is not suitable for people with vertigo, as the sensation of height is dizzying. The Selkirk Rex is known as the sheep cat for its curly coat, the result of a natural mutation discovered in 1987. Unlike other Rex breeds, its curls are denser and fluffier, and even its whiskers curl. This breed combines exoticism with a calm and affectionate personality, ideal for those looking for an unusual cat who also loves cuddles. In Mongolia, the most extreme hangover remedy is an ancient concoction called sheep's eye and tomato juice, served cold in a glass. Tradition holds that this gelatinous and salty concoction, originating in the time of Genghis Khan, helps restore balance after a night of excess. It's a combination of superstition, ancient medicine, and stomach courage. Would you dare to try it? In the film world, a bald cap is that ingenious cap that transforms any actor into a bald man in a matter of minutes. Made of latex or ultra-thin silicone, it requires great precision to apply. First, the hair is hidden, then secured with professional glue, and then applied to mimic skin tone and texture. Sometimes even veins or shine are added for added realism. Kawasaki is developing a quadrupedal horse robot called Corleo, which uses hydrogen as its power source. This innovative all-terrain vehicle is designed to offer a new form of transportation with capabilities that make it ideal for difficult terrain. Scheduled for 2050, its futuristic design is reminiscent of robots in science fiction movies, merging advanced technology and sustainability. In Japan, sales of adult diapers are outstripping those of baby diapers due to the growing aging population. Approximately 30% of Japanese people are over 65, which has generated a high demand for senior care products. Furthermore, the birth rate continues to decline, with only 758,631 births in 2023, a 5.1% decrease from the previous year. New York City is home to the world's most expensive parking garage, priced at $300,000. This underground parking space is fully automated, allowing drivers to drop off or pick up their car at the touch of a button. This innovative parking system, known as Auto Valet, uses advanced technology to maximize space and efficiency. Have you ever seen a floating hologram in the air? Well, it exists. Voxon's volumetric display projects lifelike 3D holograms that you can observe from any angle. And the best part is, you can play video games inside those holograms. It's science fiction taken to the next level. Universal Studios has found a fun way to use robot dogs, turning them into dragons. They covered them in toothless costumes, the dragon from How to Train Your Dragon, and the result is so realistic it looks like the movie's dragons have come to life. A futuristic touch that works magic on screen. Did you know there are meat-eating wasps? Although the adults prefer nectar, their young can't digest sugar. They need protein, so they hunt insects or scavenge for dead meat. A rather savage menu, but very effective for their survival. Do you know Frank Cannonball Richards? If not, prepare to be amazed. This carnival performer became a legend by allowing himself to be punched in the stomach in extreme ways, from jumps to hammer blows. And if that weren't enough, he allowed himself to be shot with a cannonball. He only did this twice a day because the pain was so brutal. A true spectacle buff, he passed away at the age of 81 in 1969. Here's some amazing technology. Bone conduction headphones transmit sound through the bones of the skull, allowing you to listen to music without using your eardrums. The vibrations travel through the jaw and skull to reach the brain. Although it's a brilliant innovation, it's important not to turn the volume up to maximum, as a loud noise can damage your hearing cells. In Madrid, Leo Bassi founded a church that worships a yellow rubber duck. That's right, the political church celebrates masses and events like weddings and baptisms, with the rubber duck considered a happy loser to whom they pay homage with their own liturgy. Leo Bassi, self-proclaimed Bishop of the Rubber Duck, has only one commandment: have a sense of humor. A very peculiar religion, no doubt. The Basenji is the only dog breed that doesn't bark, and it's quite a mystery. Originally from Central Africa, it communicates through howls, growls, and whines due to a peculiarity in its vocal cords, which are narrower than those of other dogs. This unique dog surprises with his way of expressing himself, without a single bark. At 99 years old, Betty Brussel has broken 3 world swimming records in the 100 and 104-year-old age categories. She beat the record by almost 4 minutes in the 437-yard freestyle, and that same day she also broke records in the 55-yard backstroke and 55-yard breaststroke. Her passion for swimming began at age 60, and since then, she has been a regular at her local pool twice a week. What you're seeing is an optical illusion called the parallax effect in airplanes. This phenomenon occurs when an airplane appears to be stopped in the air, even though it's actually moving forward. It occurs when the airplane is flying at low speed and the observer is moving, creating the illusion of stillness. Although it seems like a visual trick, it's a real phenomenon that plays with our perception. At Orlando International Airport in Florida, there is a hyper-realistic sculpture called The Traveler. This work of art is the creation of artist Duane Hansen and has captivated travelers for over 37 years. The statue depicts a weary traveler with a facial expression so lifelike that it seems he's about to speak. Do you know the Manpupineer Pillars? There are 7 enormous rock formations in the remote Ural Mountains, Russia. Their strange shape is the result of millions of years of wind, rain, and erosion. What were once mountains now resemble stone columns that have withstood the test of time, as if they had survived an apocalypse. Not sure if a pineapple is ripe? Here's a foolproof trick. Pull a leaf from its crown. If it comes off easily, it's ready to enjoy. A simple and effective method to know when it's ripe. Try it and see. Have you seen this Goku lamp? It uses magnets to float and spin in the air as if it had the power of a scion. It's an incredible toy that combines technology and style, perfect for any fan's desk. A geeky touch that will brighten up your space. This is Isao Machi, the fastest swordsman on the planet. With almost superhuman reflexes and impeccable precision, he has broken several Guinness World Records with his katana. His movements are so impressive, they seem like they're straight out of a live-action anime. A real slicing machine. Wilaiwan Min Gwen, a 30-year-old Thai woman, works 2 jobs, as an office worker and a pastry chef. However, her social media fame comes from one of her most original creations, dog poop-shaped cakes. This peculiar blend of art and cuisine has earned her attention in several Asian countries. A touch of humor in baking that doesn't go unnoticed. Did you know that Spain leads the world in baldness? 44.5% of Spanish men suffer from baldness. On the other hand, Mexico tops the list of bald men in Latin America. However, the hairiest countries in the world are Colombia and Indonesia, where hair density is much higher. The world record for the tallest Jenga tower stacked with a single block is 3,132 pieces, achieved by Mindert de Beer in Dresden, Ontario, Canada. This impressive tower reached a height of over 39 inches, a feat of precision and patience that defies gravity. Without a doubt, a truly giant Jenga tower. A 3D digital billboard image of a giant cat is attracting attention in Tokyo. A cool new cat is taking the city by storm. Lucy Craft has the story of how a 3D cat video display is drawing crowds and raising a lot of questions. Off the coast of Japan, 66 feet beneath the sea, a mystery unfolds that has baffled scientists for decades. Perfect circles in the sand on the seafloor, symmetrical, with patterns so complex they look like they were made by aliens. But no, the creator? A male pufferfish, barely 5 inches long. For days, this tiny underwater artist swims nonstop, using his fins to sculpt the rings, add details with shells, cast shadows, and create textures. The reason? All that artistry has one goal: to attract a mate. Females only choose the males who create the most perfect circles. And once the female deposits her eggs in the center, he guards the structure until they hatch. Then the circle fades away, like an ephemeral work. Prince was a musical genius and an absolute perfectionist who hid hundreds of songs during his lifetime. After his death in 2016, a secret vault was discovered in his studio containing more than 8,000 unreleased recordings. There were full albums, collaborations, scores, and previously unreleased private concerts. Prince believed his art should be presented perfectly, or not at all. That's why he preferred to save many of his works rather than release them poorly edited. It is estimated that more than 50 albums could be released from his secret archive. Dogs have such an incredible sense of smell that they can detect diseases faster than an MRI. Some with special training identify cancers such as lung, breast, or colon with over 90% accuracy. They do this by smelling compounds released by tumors that humans cannot perceive. In countries like Japan, Germany, and the US, they are already used in hospitals to aid in diagnosis. Deep in the Pacific Ocean lives the firefly squid, or Wadacenia scintillans, a tiny 2.75-inch creature that is a living lantern. Its body is covered with photophores, structures that emit an intense blue light, especially during mating season, illuminating the coasts of Japan like an underwater aurora. The squid glows to attract mates, confuse predators, and communicate with others. It can turn areas of its body on and off, as if writing Morse code. In The Hangover, Stu's missing tooth isn't a trick. Ed Helms actually removed a dental implant. He was born with a tooth that never grew properly, and had worn a prosthesis since he was 15. For the film, he agreed to have it temporarily removed by his dentist. He spent several days filming like this, even adapting to speaking and eating, all to give the character more realism. Did you know that there is a garden in Dubai called Miracle Garden with more than 109 million colorful flowers? This incredible place has a peculiarity. Some flowers are arranged in the shape of airplanes, creating a unique visual spectacle. The park is only open from November to April due to the extreme summer heat, and it is so impressive that it looks like a Disney park, but everything is made of plants. The polar plunge is a tradition in which brave individuals plunge into icy water to raise funds for various charitable causes. Although it's held all over the world, the most extreme events occur at the poles, where temperatures can drop below zero. Participants, with a lot of courage and ice in their veins, brave the extreme cold in an act of generosity. When someone steals an iPhone, don't expect to see Apple employees intervening. The company prohibits its staff from intervening in these cases to ensure its safety. Furthermore, iPhones have advanced tracking technologies that allow the device to be located, and some models even take selfies of the thief. In Brazil, a prison decided to replace guard dogs with geese. These animals are cheap, territorial, and very alert, making them effective for security. In addition to not being fooled by food, geese emit loud honks to alert officers if someone tries to escape. With their fierce demeanor, these winged vigilantes have proven to be a surprisingly effective alternative in prison settings. The Avengers headquarters, that impressive ring-shaped building, is based on a real location, the Porsche headquarters in Atlanta. This modern and futuristic design debuted in Captain America: Civil War and has been an iconic symbol in the Marvel Universe. The inspiration for this headquarters reflects the hero's innovative and technological nature. Can you imagine walking in any direction without moving? That's what Disney's HoloTile does. An omnidirectional floor that simulates real movement in virtual reality. It detects your steps and compensates for them instantly, preventing collisions or falls. It's like a 360-degree magic treadmill. In 1988, Aloha Airlines Flight 243 suffered an explosive decompression. At 24,000 feet, part of the roof ripped off, exposing several passengers. Despite the chaos, the crew maintained control and made an emergency landing in Hawaii. Most survived, something almost impossible in those conditions. Only one flight attendant died, sucked out of the plane, a case studied in aviation to this day. Did you know that throughout the Twilight Saga, there are more than 25 minutes of just intense stares without saying a word? Bella and Edward communicate with tense silences, almost as if they're reading minds. These scenes, often with soft music playing in the background, became iconic, so much so that fans consider them part of the vampire love language. The California Alligator Farm was a theme park in Los Angeles that operated from 1907 to 1953. It housed over 1,000 alligators, and for just 25 cents, children could sit on or ride them. Adults even swam with them. Over time, the park lost popularity and closed. Although it may sound counterintuitive, consciously inducing hiccups can help eliminate them. The idea is that hiccups are an involuntary spasm of the diaphragm, and by consciously trying to reproduce them, you can reset the system. Some techniques include holding your breath, swallowing several times, or drinking water in small sips. If your dog has ever made a strange sound while inhaling, they're probably experiencing reverse sneezing, also known as paroxysmal respiration. This phenomenon occurs when a dog inhales sharply instead of exhaling, causing a strange noise. To relieve it, you can close their muzzle, plug one nostril, and gently rub their throat. The first animated feature film in history wasn't American, but Argentine. Titled The Apostle, it premiered in 1917 and was directed by Federico Valle, with drawings by Corino Cristiani. This pioneering film lasted 70 minutes and featured 8,000 drawings, marking a milestone in the history of animated film. Unfortunately, only fragments of the film survive, as it was destroyed in a fire. NASCAR cars are true speed beasts. They have 400 horsepower and can reach up to 200 miles per hour. Their acceleration is impressive, going from 0 to 62 miles per hour in just 3.4 seconds. Plus, the speed they generate is so powerful that they can drag people along if they're close to the vehicle. What if I told you there's a fungus that can control an animal's mind and turn it into a living puppet? Welcome to the dark, damp world of Ophiocordyceps unilateralis, the zombie fungus. This tiny biological psychopath infects an ant, burrows into its nervous system, and forces it, literally, to climb a leaf to a specific height where it clamps down with its mandibles and waits. Within days, the fungus bursts out of its body and grows from its head like an alien antenna. But that's not the craziest part. Recent research shows that the fungus doesn't invade the ant's brain. It controls its muscles with chemicals. In other words, the ant is conscious while being manipulated. Daniel Day-Lewis took his role in My Left Foot to the extreme. He spent 8 weeks in a wheelchair, unable to walk once. He demanded to be fed as if he actually had a disability and never broke character. He even lived in a psychiatric clinic to observe paralyzed patients. He practiced painting and writing with his foot until it bled. His obsessive dedication earned him an Oscar, although many called him unstable. In 1987, Marlee Matlin made history by winning the Oscar for Best Actress at just 21 years old, and in her first film role, she did so by playing a young deaf woman in Children of a Lesser God, using only sign language. Marlee, who lost almost all of her hearing as a baby, chose not to wear hearing aids in her adult life. During filming, she fought to ensure her character wasn't translated, advocating for a dignified representation of the deaf community. In 2001, residents of Kerala, India, experienced a strange phenomenon, red rain, which dyed everything in its path. At first, it was thought to be desert dust or pollution, but scientists discovered biological cells within the droplets. These particles didn't match any known organism and contained no DNA. Some suggested they could have come from a meteorite that exploded in the atmosphere, releasing microorganisms that were carried away by the rain. The Draco volans, or flying dragon, is a small Asian lizard with the incredible ability to glide between trees using wings made of skin. Its ribs expand laterally, deploying a bat-like membrane, allowing it to fly up to 33 feet from tree to tree with great maneuverability. It also has a sail under its chin that it uses to communicate with other lizards or intimidate rivals, and its bright wings act as warning signals. Most surprisingly, it uses its tail as a rudder to change direction while flying. Can you imagine a device that blocks reggaeton? Well, Ronnie Bandini created it. It's called Reggaeton Be Gone, and it's capable of detecting the rhythms of the music to interfere with the Bluetooth signal. Although it's illegal in many places, many understand the pain behind its creation, a controversial solution for non-fans of the genre. Now there's an innovative window that uses sand instead of traditional curtains or blinds. This window, known as a sand curtain or hourglass window, allows for unique light and privacy control. By rotating the window, the sand moves across the glass, covering or letting in light as needed. In 1968, Giorgio Rosa, an Italian engineer, decided to create his own country. Rose Island, located in the Adriatic Sea, off the coast of Rimini. This small artificial structure, intended to be an independent nation, was viewed by the Italian government as a threat to its sovereignty. In response, the government ordered its destruction in 1969. The event has become a fascinating subject and has been adapted into a film with the movie The Incredible Story of the Kingdom of Roses, available on Netflix, which tells this incredible story of failed independence. Smart transfer beds, designed to move patients gently and painlessly, have been implemented in several hospitals in China. These beds not only make the work of medical staff easier, but also significantly reduce the risk of injury for both patients and caregivers. The municipal stadium of El Alto, Bolivia, is located 13,615 feet above sea level, making it one of the highest stadiums in the world. The altitude causes the air to be thinner, which can lead to dizziness and exhaustion in players. Some soccer players resort to supplemental oxygen during halftime to recover. Spiralized potatoes are prepared using a special tool that cuts them into a perfect spiral, creating a visually appealing appearance. They're then fried until crispy and seasoned with spices, making them an irresistible snack. They've become popular at fairs and on platforms like TikTok for their unique presentation and delicious taste. Neki, a talented makeup artist taking TikTok by storm, transforms faces into visual nightmares. Inspired by the unsettling style of Junji Ito, she creates everything from fake mouths to deformed eyes using liquid latex and professional paint. Her videos often include striking transitions that enhance the terrifying effect. Her work isn't just about makeup. It's pure macabre art in motion. Yes, sometimes you need to put drops in a hamster's eyes, and it's done with a micro eyedropper, specially designed for small animals. The procedure must be precise because their eyes are tiny and sensitive. Many veterinarians use a towel to gently wrap them and prevent them from moving. Elephants not only enjoy swimming, but they can swim for hours and travel several kilometers without problem. Thanks to their trunk, which they use like a snorkel, they can submerge themselves almost completely and still breathe. The water cools their skin, relieves heat, and even aids their digestion. NASCAR driver seats are a marvel of custom engineering. To create one, the driver sits on a plastic bag, which is then filled with special foam that hardens, molding perfectly to their body. The seat is then constructed with a layer of carbon fiber, ensuring it remains immobile even when the driver reaches speeds of 186 miles per hour. Cat lovers in need of a little encouragement might want to start heading to Clapham Common Underground Station in London. All of the station's usual advertisements have been removed and replaced with 68 giant portraits of adorable cats. In the often monotonous and stressful world of big city hustle and bustle, it's a welcome change from advertisements warning of health problems or promoting luxurious, unattainable vacations. In South Korea, there's a unique experience, paying to spend time in a voluntary prison. Called Prison Inside Me, it offers a basic cell equipped with only the essentials: a mat, a desk, a toilet, and a tea set. With no clocks, mirrors, or phones, this place aims to disconnect its visitors from the chaos outside. Rich McCaw is a British artist who has gained popularity for his ability to transform iconic locations with simple paper cutouts. Using scissors and a lot of imagination, he places cutouts in front of monuments and landscapes, creating humorous and original scenes. His creations have given a new perspective to places like the Eiffel Tower and the Colosseum, fusing traditional art with photography. Can you imagine having the same last name as a famous fast food chain and getting a wedding gift? That's exactly what happened to Joel Berger and Ashley King. When they announced their wedding in front of a Burger King sign, the company found out and decided to cover all the ceremony expenses. On July 17, 2015, the couple celebrated their love with personalized gifts, paper crowns, and, of course, burgers for everyone. The Greta Otto, known as the glass-winged butterfly, is so delicate that its wings appear to be made of glass. Its secret lies in the nanoscopic structure of its wings, which scatters light without reflecting it, making them almost invisible from any angle. This extreme camouflage allows it to go unnoticed by predators such as birds or reptiles. Plus, it doesn't fly fast or have bright colors, which reinforces its strategy of not being seen. Can you imagine your body freezing at less than 68 degrees Fahrenheit and still being alive? This isn't a science fiction movie. It happened to Anna Bogenholm, a Swedish skier who fell into a frozen river in 1999 and was trapped under a layer of ice for 80 minutes. Her body temperature dropped to 56.7 degrees Fahrenheit, which would be fatal for any other human being. But science took an unexpected turn. When doctors pulled her out, her body was technically dead, but her brain hadn't suffered any damage. The reason? The extreme cold slowed her metabolism and protected her neurons. It was as if she'd been put on pause. Tom Cruise is famous for performing his own stunts without using stunt doubles. In Mission Impossible Fallout, he broke his ankle jumping between buildings, but kept going so he wouldn't ruin the shot. He's also piloted helicopters, performed halo jumps from 4.7 miles high, and climbed without a rope. He even mandated in his contract that CGI not be used to replace his stunts. He wants audiences to feel the real danger in every scene. The Strata-Launch Rock doesn't just look like something out of a science fiction movie. It's the world's largest aircraft, with a wingspan of 370 feet, even larger than a football field. Designed to launch rockets from high altitudes, it has two separate cockpits connected by a colossal central wing. Its development was led by Strata-Launch Systems, founded by Paul Allen, co-founder of Microsoft. Its mission: to revolutionize access to space. Do you know the Stegotetrabelodon? It was a prehistoric elephant with 4 tusks that lived between 6 and 7 million years ago in what is now the United Arab Emirates. It is considered a prototype of the modern elephant, but with extra tusks. This genus, which inhabited Africa and the Arabian Peninsula during the Miocene and early Pliocene, is one of the most primitive elephants known. At first glance, this hotel room looks ordinary, but if you look closely, there's an airplane cabin. The Corntown Village Hotel in Amsterdam offers a unique suite with a bathroom, dining area, bed, and a cockpit. So yes, you can sleep on a plane, but without taking off. A luxurious experience in the air, but without leaving the ground. Noel Guglielmi has played Hector in 12 different films, always in tough guy or gang member roles. Curiously, his character always has the same name, Hector, which seems to be a director's preference. And he's made this name a sort of personal brand. Imagine a house built by robots. Well, actually, it's a 3D printed house. This innovative process allows for the construction of homes up to 2 stories high with minimal human intervention. And best of all, they're much more affordable than traditional houses. Since they don't use metal, they are corrosion resistant and more sustainable, although this technique is not currently recommended in seismic zones. Tama, a calico cat born in Kinokawa on April 29, 1999, grew up alongside a group of stray cats near Kishi Station, where passengers and Toshiko Koyama, the station manager, regularly fed them. Tama rose to fame when she was appointed station master and operations officer at Kishi Station on the Kishigawa line in Japan. Did you know that in the Flintstones, Betty, Barney Rubble's wife, couldn't have children? This made Bam Bam Rubble the first adopted character in an animated series, touching on the topic of infertility. And Little Bam Bam won everyone's affection. He appeared at the end of the 3rd season and quickly became a beloved character for fans. Sheep have a curious habit. They don't drink moving water. They avoid rivers and streams because, since they can't swim, their wool gets soaked quickly, making them heavier and potentially putting them at risk of drowning. They prefer to drink from calm places, such as watering holes or lakes, where they feel safer. Some high-end cars, like the futuristic iMall 7, take headlights to the next level. They use matrix LED technology that not only illuminates but also projects animations and signs onto the road. These headlights can display icons, dynamic alerts, or even wave with luminous figures when the vehicle is started. They also intelligently adjust their light to match the traffic. They're not just lights, who would have thought? The 2007 horror film Paranormal Activity holds the title of the most profitable production of all time. With a budget of just $15,000, it grossed over $193 million worldwide. Fun fact, it was filmed in director Oren Peli's home for just 1 week. Did you know that the instrument behind many horror sounds is called the waterphone? It was invented in 1968 and sounds like a mix between screams and ghostly whispers. It works with water in its base and metal rods that vibrate depending on how they're touched. Ideal for giving you the creeps. The world's largest cave, Son Doong, is located in Vietnam, and it's breathtaking. Measuring over 4 miles long, 656 feet high, and 492 feet wide, this natural wonder is home to an underground river, a rainforest, and unique biodiversity. So gigantic that it could fit an entire New York block, including its skyscrapers, and even a Boeing 747 could fly through it without a problem. This is what space junk floating above Earth looks like. The green dots are active satellites. The red ones represent debris fragments smaller than 4 inches, and the orange ones show 1.2 million smaller pieces. But what's truly surprising are the yellow dots, which represent 130 million microfragments floating in space. Uranium glass has a fascinating characteristic. It glows under ultraviolet light. This happens because its electrons are excited by light, and when they return to their normal state, they release energy in the form of visible light. Therefore, it glows like radioactive neon. Although it has a radioactive touch, it is completely safe to use as decoration. Before winning the Oscar for Joker, Joaquin Phoenix had a childhood marked by silent horror. He was born in Puerto Rico into a cult called Children of God, known for abusive practices, child exploitation, and extreme psychological control. His parents were missionaries within the cult, but when they began to notice children being used in sexual activities as spiritual practices, they decided to escape with their children. They changed their last name from Bottom to Phoenix as a symbol of rebirth and lived in absolute poverty for years. Scientists have discovered that the brain can remain active for several minutes after the heart stops. In EEG studies, brain activity similar to deep sleep was recorded up to 10 minutes after clinical death. A keto-zertizenklins experiment monitored tubmint ketaser beteget sivinfarctusal. Some resuscitated patients recalled sounds and images that occurred while they were clinically dead. In tropical forests, there is a fungus called Ophiocordyceps unilateralis that infects ants and controls them like puppets. Once inside, the fungus alters their behavior. It forces them to climb a leaf, bite the edge, and remain motionless. It then sprouts from their heads and releases spores to continue infecting them. Curiously, it doesn't touch the brain, but instead hacks it with chemical compounds. Methane hydrate, or burning ice, is a phenomenon in which a piece of ice catches fire when exposed to a flame. This special ice forms on the ocean floor, where methane is trapped in a structure of frozen water under extreme pressure. Although it looks like a common piece of ice, when heated it ignites like solid gasoline. Methane hydrates contain twice as much carbon as all the planet's oil, coal, and natural gas, and some countries are already exploring its exploitation as an energy source. For centuries, the giant squid was considered a myth, until it was filmed for the first time in its natural habitat in 2012. This creature can measure more than 43 feet, has eyes the size of basketballs, and tentacles with barbed hooks. It lives in the depths of the ocean, between 1970 and 3,280 feet. It is believed to fight with sperm whales, which appear with circular marks left by their suckers. In 2011, astronomers discovered an exoplanet called J1407b, which has enormous rings, 200 times larger than Saturn's. These rings are so vast that there's enough space between them to accommodate a satellite the size of Mars. This discovery astounded scientists, showing how immense and mysterious the universe can be. Impressive, isn't it? For every human, there are 1.6 million ants. Although their number seems terrifying, they are key to the ecosystem. They aerate the soil, recycle nutrients, and even help pollinate. They're small, but they hold the world beneath our feet. At the Grammy Awards, the awards presented are fake. The real statuettes bearing the winner's name and category are manufactured right after the ceremony, once the winners have been officially announced. It's also worth noting that the statuette has a fee that must be paid by the recipient. The character Lightning McQueen from the Cars saga has a full name that few people know: Montgomery McQueen. Throughout the three films, his age varies depending on the plot. In the first film, he is 29, in the second, he reaches 33, and in the last, he is already 40. The Veryovkina Cave in Georgia is the deepest cave in the world, with a drop of 7,257 feet. When a stone was thrown in, it took forever to reach the bottom, which demonstrates how impressive its depth is. Imagine the echo that must resonate inside, creating a unique atmosphere. Hawaii is considered one of the best places to see rainbows. Its climate, with frequent rainfall and many hours of sunshine, creates ideal conditions for these phenomena. You can even see double, triple, and even quadruple rainbows. If you travel to Hawaii, don't miss Volcanoes National Park, especially after a rain, where the rainbows are most impressive. Octopuses are so strange that some scientists have suggested a possible extraterrestrial origin. Their genome, sequenced in 2015, showed more than 33,000 genes, surpassing even that of humans. Many of these genes have no known equivalents in other animals. Furthermore, they can edit their RNA in real time, adapting without modifying their DNA. This biological ability is almost unique in nature. Jim Carrey has an obsession with the number 23, which he claims to see at key moments in his life. After starring in the number 23, he revealed that he noticed it on watches, license plates, and prices from a young age. He founded a publishing house called JIC23 and compulsively records sequences with the number. He believes the universe speaks to him through the number 23, although he admits it causes him anxiety. Lake Nyos in Cameroon hides one of the deadliest meteorological phenomena on the planet. In 1986, it released a cloud of carbon dioxide that killed more than 1,700 people and thousands of animals in a single night. The gas accumulated at the bottom of the lake due to underground volcanic activity, and as the pressure changed, it was released in seconds, creating a deadly cloud. This phenomenon, called a limnic eruption, is extremely rare. Today, the lake has a system of pipes to release the gas in a controlled manner and prevent another disaster. If the water smells like cinnamon, it's not Christmas. It's a warning. Some poisons, like cyanide, can release sweet aromas to disguise themselves. It can also indicate corroded pipes or chemical contamination. It's best not to drink it and call emergency services. On the Iranian island of Hormuz, the water flowing down its slopes takes on a deep reddish hue, as if the earth itself were bleeding. This effect is due to the presence of red ochre, rich in iron oxides, which dyes both the water and the sand. Did you know that Mexican food is scientifically linked to increased serotonin levels? Ingredients like beans, cheese, chicken, corn, and rice contain tryptophan and carbohydrates that help produce the happiness hormone. In the silence of space, there's something that never stopped vibrating, a kind of cosmic echo that began more than 13 billion years ago, and that surprisingly, we can still detect. It's called cosmic microwave background radiation, and it's like the birth cry of the universe. When the Big Bang occurred, the universe was so hot and dense that everything was light and chaos. But 380,000 years later, that light was able to escape, and it continues to travel. It may sound ridiculous, but recent studies are showing that plants have intelligent behaviors. They don't have brains, but they do have complex processes of communication, memory, and even deception. Take the case of Drosera glanduligera, an Australian carnivorous plant. It has such a precise capture system that it uses two types of tentacles, one that throws the prey to the center and another that only activates if something moves more than twice in a row. I mean, they count. Yes, like a trap with a sensor. Or the case of Mimosa pudica, which when a leaf falls, at first they retract as a reflex. But if you repeat the stimulus several times without causing harm, they learn and stop reacting. Synesthesia is a neurological condition in which the senses intersect, causing some people to see colors when hearing music or taste flavors when hearing words. This occurs because certain areas of the brain are more interconnected than usual. Some see numbers and colors, others feel textures when they hear sounds, and some associate emotions with flavors. It is estimated that between 1% and 4% of the population has some form of synesthesia. Composer Olivier Messiaen, for example, said he composed based on the colors he saw in the chords. Keanu Reeves donated nearly 70% of his salary for The Matrix, about $40 million, to cancer research. He did so for his sister Kim, who was battling leukemia and whom he personally cared for years. He also created a private fund to help underprivileged patients. The ferrited fly, or decapitator fly, looks like something out of a horror movie. It lays its eggs in ants, and the larva travels to the brain and feeds without immediately killing it. It then releases compounds that loosen the neck, and the ant's head falls off on its own. The larva emerges and sometimes uses the head as a refuge. Some research suggests that watching horror movies can be a fun way to burn calories. Depending on the intensity of the fear it provokes, you can burn between 150 and 200 calories. For example, The Shining burns about 184 calories, Jaws 161, and The Exorcist 158. The increased heart rate and stress caused by fear appear to be responsible for this extra energy burn. If you encounter a puma in the wild, it's crucial to remain calm. Instead of turning your back on it, walk toward it slowly, avoiding direct eye contact, as this can be interpreted as a threat. Maintain an upright posture and raise your arms to appear larger, which can intimidate the animal. Remember, never run, as this can trigger its hunting instinct, making you a target. All the gold ever mined could fit inside a sphere 91 feet in diameter, a size comparable to that of a hot air balloon. Although this seems like a lot, it is incredibly small compared to the size of the Earth. Polar bears have the unique ability to delay embryo implantation, a process known as diapause. This allows them precise control over the timing of their pregnancy completion, ensuring that birth occurs in winter when conditions are safer and warmer inside the den. Although copulation occurs in spring, embryo implantation is delayed until autumn, optimizing the survival of the pups. The Hawaiian goby fish can climb vertical waterfalls of up to 328 feet, using its mouth and belly as suction cups. It is born in the ocean, but travels upstream to complete its life cycle, advancing inch by inch for days. This feat protects it from predators and transports it to areas with cleaner water and less competition. Its ability is an extreme example of animal adaptation. The great horned owl not only hunts silently, it also deceives with its voice. It can imitate the calls of birds like pigeons or small ducks to attract its prey. When they approach, it attacks unheard, thanks to its silent wings. It has incredible night vision, capable of seeing in total darkness, and its neck rotates 270 degrees, giving it an almost complete attack field. Aerogel looks like solid smoke, but it's real. 99% air, yet it withstands tons of weight. It's so light it can float on a flower, yet so insulating it protects against fire. It's used in NASA spacesuits and probes. Science fiction made reality. The tardigrade, known as the water bear, is a microscopic creature just 0.02 inches in size, yet the most resilient on Earth. They can survive extreme temperatures, from negative 458 degrees Fahrenheit to 302 degrees Fahrenheit. Shariq Tavar, a young Colombian woman, can sleep for up to 70 days straight, just like in a fairy tale. But it's not magic or laziness. She suffers from Klein-Levin syndrome, or sleeping beauty, a rare neurological disorder. During these long sleeps, her body rests while her mind disconnects from the world. When she wakes up, she sometimes doesn't even remember her family. Zinedine Zidane, not only charmed with his talent on the field, he also did so in the movies. He appeared in the hilarious film Asterix at the Olympic Games, playing an Egyptian who was very skilled with a ball. In his scene, he steals the ball from a poor guy trying to impress a girl. Who would have thought Zizou also has acting talent? A star on and off the field. In Vietnam, there's a bridge that not only connects roads, it also puts on a show worthy of a movie. It's shaped like a dragon, and while it looks like a normal structure during the day, it transforms at night. Every weekend, this metallic dragon breathes fire for 2 minutes and then surprises with a jet of water for 3. The rain room is a magical room where it rains without you getting wet, like having superpowers. Since 2018, this work has traveled to museums around the world, surprising everyone. The trick? A system with cameras that track your movements and stop the rain just before it hits you. Water recycles and falls only where there is no one. It's like walking in the rain, without an umbrella and without worries. Ashton Kutcher, known for his Hollywood roles, has an unusual physical characteristic. His 2 right toes are joined together. This isn't a joke or glue, but a congenital condition. The index and ring fingers of his foot form a kind of double toe. Although it's not visible to the naked eye, those who notice it are surprised by this peculiarity, which makes him even more unique. In one of the most shocking scenes in Poltergeist, the famous mud pool, the skeletons seen aren't props, but real. The production sourced 3 authentic skeletons from India because they were cheaper than props. The actors involved in the scene didn't learn the truth until years after the premiere. In the Middle East, camel racing has a futuristic twist. The jockeys are robots. Especially in Qatar, these small androids ride well-trained and cared-for camels like elite athletes. Since 2005, they have replaced human jockeys and are now remote-controlled. They even carry a walkie-talkie so the owner can talk to the camel during the race. Technology and tradition run side by side. Madi Benedetto has created a curious invention, a testicle cooler, as he calls it. It connects to the air conditioner and, through a hose, directs cool air directly to the private parts. Although it may sound strange, the idea makes sense for those summer days when the heat seems unbearable. Simba, a goat born in Karachi, Pakistan, holds the title for having the largest ears in the world, each measuring 21.3 inches. This unique feature has made it a sensation, drawing attention for its peculiarity. Although it's not an ordinary goat, the size of its ears makes it stand out from the rest. Extreme ironing is probably the most unusual sport you've ever heard of. Ironing clothes in extreme locations. From the top of a mountain to underwater or hanging from a statue, anything goes as long as there's an ironing board. It was born in the United Kingdom in 1997 and combines domesticity with adrenaline. Ironing while skydiving? Yes, that counts too. A very creative way to make shirts impeccable and full of excitement. Aristotle's Valeritis, a 65-year-old Cypriot, danced with 319 glasses on his head. Since 1995, he's been perfecting this unusual skill, moving without spilling a drop. With just 20 seconds of rhythm and balance, he surpassed the previous record of 270 cups. A true dance juggler. Although they look like cuddly living stuffed animals, slow lorises hide a venomous side. They are the only known primates that produce toxins, thanks to a gland in their arm. When threatened, they lick that gland and bite, injecting the venom. In humans, it can cause swelling to severe allergic reactions. Small, adorable, and lethal. In the village of Huangluo, China, women of the Yao ethnic group grow manes over 6.5 feet long. Yes, just like real-life Rapunzels. For them, hair is a symbol of luck, longevity, and beauty, and they only cut it once in their lives. They also keep it dark and shiny with an ancient secret, washing it with rice water. Although it may look like a snake is yawning, it's actually doing something much more strategic. Just like an athlete stretches before a game, snakes open their mouths wide to align their jaws, especially after eating a large prey. This yawn helps them prepare their jaws for the next action, whether it's eating or simply moving. The famous bathtub scene in Mary Poppins isn't as magical as it seems. It's pure camera trickery. To create the effect of Emily Blunt vanishing into the water, the bathtub had a hole in the bottom through which a slide was installed that took her to a safe area beneath the stage. To make it even more realistic, the tub was filled with bubbles. Don't worry, the slide was covered with soft mats so Emily wouldn't hurt herself sliding down. In Seoul, South Korea, there's a cafe that turns reality into a cartoon. It's called Cafe Yeonamdong 239-20. And its decor is entirely inspired by minimalist illustrations. The walls, furniture, and objects are drawn in a way that makes you feel like you're inside a two-dimensional fairy tale. Visitors can take photos in this unique environment. It's like stepping into a comic book. Jumpy is a very special dog, trained by his owner to write his name with his paw. With a paintbrush in hand and blue paint, Jumpy demonstrates his artistic talent. His owner has patiently trained him to perform this incredible trick. A maelstrom is a powerful whirlpool that forms when two currents meet, creating a moving vortex. In Viking times, these whirlpools were feared for their ability to easily sink large ships. Although modern ships are generally safe, cruise ships caught in one can still face giant waves. In extreme situations, a maelstrom can act like an underwater black hole, swallowing everything in its path. Imagine a phone so small it fits in the palm of your hand. The Zanko Tiny T1 is the world's tiniest mobile phone, as small as a thumb. Despite its size, it's fully functional. You can make calls and send messages without a problem. Weighing just 0.46 ounces and measuring about 0.83 by 1.84 inches, it's so compact you'd be surprised it still has room for a SIM card. Velox is a surprising robot from Player Energy Systems, capable of moving on almost any surface, including water. Its innovative design, featuring wavy fins, allows it to swim and crawl without difficulty. This robot has applications in rescue missions, exploration, and supply deliveries in difficult terrain. Thanks to its versatility, it can adapt to different environments, from rocky soil to aquatic surfaces. In a stunning King Kong exhibit at the Empire State Building, the iconic New York City Tower was transformed into a surreal stage. The windows were replaced with monitors displaying stunning views of the city, while a pair of fake hands of the giant ape emerged from the top. In Florida, USA, a unique restaurant, McGuire's Irish Pub, has a rather peculiar tradition. Customers must stick dollar bills on the walls or ceiling of the establishment. According to the restaurant, almost $1 million adorn the place. However, in a gesture of solidarity, the owners decided to donate this impressive amount of money to help the victims of Hurricane Dorian. Julian Voss Andrea's sculptures appear massive, but they hide a fascinating visual trick. From one angle, they appear to be solid steel figures. From another, they disappear. They are made of parallel sheets that play with light and perspective. It's like watching a modern ghost merge with the landscape, an art that changes depending on where you look at it. In Thailand, there's a cafe where fish swim right under your feet. The Sweet Fish Cafe has a fish tank floor that turns every visit into an aquatic experience. Before entering, guests must wash their feet, and the water is kept crystal clear thanks to a triple filtration system. It's like drinking coffee in the middle of an aquarium. Absolutely Instagrammable. The X-Line Dubai Zipline is an extreme adventure that lets you soar above the city from 558 feet high. Starting from the Amouage Tower, this zip line takes you over Dubai Marina, reaching speeds of up to 50 miles per hour. With a 16-degree incline, the experience feels just like flying Superman style. It's 0.62 miles of pure adrenaline and breathtaking views of the city. Definitely the fastest and the steepest urban zip line in the world. Mercedes-Benz has created a futuristic concept car called the Vision AVTR, inspired by James Cameron's film Avatar. This advanced vehicle allows drivers to select their destination with just a thought, change the interior lighting, or choose the radio station, all controlled by a brain-computer interface. Its innovative design and cutting-edge technology allow for a completely immersive driving experience, as if we were in the world of Pandora. The C1 by Lit Motors is an innovative vehicle that handles like a car, but rides on two wheels. Its secret lies in a gyroscopic stability system that keeps it balanced as firmly as a car. In addition to being fast, reaching speeds up to 100 miles per hour, it's fully electric, making it an eco-friendly choice. Mimi Choi is a Vancouver-based makeup artist known for her striking surreal illusions. Her style is inspired by artists such as Salvador Dali and M.C. Escher, creating visual effects that seem to defy reality, such as split faces or extra eyes. Her work reflects influences from her personal experiences, such as episodes of sleep paralysis, which fuel her creativity. The results are so surreal, they seem like something out of a nightmare, with each design playing with the perception of reality. Brad Pitt appears in Deadpool 2 for just 2 seconds. He played the Vanisher, an invisible superhero who only becomes visible when electrocuted. For that mini cameo, he earned a mere $1,000 and a coffee, a luxurious ghost apparition. Water bottles? Out of fashion. Uho is an edible bubble that stores water in a membrane made of algae and plants. It was created by Skipping Rocks Lab as an eco-friendly alternative to plastic. You can drink it and then eat it. The Anantara Golden Triangle Resort in Thailand offers a unique experience with its transparent bubble rooms, perfect for observing elephants in their natural habitat. In addition to being a unique experience, part of the resort's profits go to a foundation dedicated to rescuing elephants in Asia, a perfect destination for nature and conservation lovers. Rob Spence is a Canadian filmmaker who, after losing sight in his right eye due to an accident, decided to replace it with a wireless video camera, becoming a cyborg. At age 9, a shotgun accident caused permanent damage to his eye, leading to its removal in 2007. Instead of opting for a traditional prosthesis, he collaborated with engineers to create a miniature camera that could be placed in the eye socket. In 1992, Michael Jackson and Michael Jordan teamed up to film the iconic music video for Jam, one of the hits from Jackson's album Dangerous. This collaboration became a historic milestone, bringing together two of the most influential figures in entertainment and sports. During the shoot, which took place on a basketball court, Jackson tried to learn some basketball tricks from Jordan, while the famous NBA player tried to keep up with the King of Pop's complex dance moves. A cross between musical and athletic talent, rolled ice cream, or Thai ice cream, is a delicious innovation that is quickly prepared on a frozen metal plate. The liquid mixture is poured onto the cold surface, creating a thin layer that freezes instantly. Then, using spatulas, it is scraped and rolled into small rolls, which are served in a glass to enjoy. In Germany, Kiel University converted its main building into a giant Tetris console. The facade was transformed into an interactive screen where blocks fell in real time, as if the building were playing a game. This project combined art, technology, and gamer nostalgia, attracting glances and smiles. It was a brilliant way to connect architecture with the digital world. Sandboarding is like surfing sand mountains. You hop on a board and hurtle down giant dunes at full speed. It's the warmer version of snowboarding and can be done standing, sitting, or even lying down. You don't need snow, just a little courage and the desire to slide. Ideal for adrenaline lovers in the middle of the desert. The Baird's tapir, the largest terrestrial mammal in Central America, is a fascinating animal belonging to the tapir family. With its robust body and short legs, it has a flexible trunk that helps it feed on leaves and fruit. Its dark brown fur stands out with a lighter patch on the neck and chest. Nemo 33 in Brussels, Belgium, is one of the deepest pools in the world, reaching a depth of 113 feet. Designed for both professional and amateur divers, it holds 660,000 gallons of water, maintained at a constant temperature of 86 degrees Fahrenheit. This thermal control allows divers to train without needing wetsuits. Masai Mara National Park in Kenya is famous for hosting the incredible annual migration of wildebeest and zebra, a breathtaking natural spectacle. During this phenomenon, thousands of animals cross crocodile-infested rivers, facing predators in the current. Meet Jeff Dave, the man with the world's largest hands. They measure over 12 inches long. His palms have a circumference of nearly 16 inches, like he's wearing giant gloves. His hands don't just draw attention, they inspire awe wherever he goes. The Giant's Causeway in Northern Ireland looks like something out of a mythological tale. It's made up of more than 40,000 stone columns, most of them hexagonal, formed 60 million years ago by cooled lava. Some even have 8 sides, like a giant natural puzzle. But local legend has another version. It's said to have been the work of a colossus who built the road. Antoine Griezmann not only shines in football, but also has a unique family coincidence. His 3 children were born on the same day. Mia, Amaro, and Alba were born on April 8th, but in different years. 2016, 2019, in 2021. This date has become so special that it's celebrated in style at the Griezmann house. A single party, 3 cakes, and lots of joy every year. Although jellyfish are poisonous to most marine animals, sea turtles have an incredible resistance to their toxins. Their digestive system and body are immune to stinging cells, allowing them to eat them without problem. This gives them an advantage when feeding on these creatures that other animals avoid. It's curious how their anatomy allows them to enjoy a feast that would be lethal for others. Haumea is a dwarf planet with a very particular shape. It looks like a giant potato floating in space. Although it's similar in size to Pluto, it has its own unique style with a pair of rings, as if imitating Saturn. It's located beyond Neptune, at the edge of the solar system. Its elongated shape and rotational speed make it one of the most unusual bodies orbiting the Sun. The Titanic could resurface in 2027, but with a modern twist. Blue Star Line, led by Australian businessman Clive Palmer, is building an exact replica of the famous ocean liner, the Titanic II. This impressive project, originally planned for 2022, is now set to set sail in June 2027. The ship will maintain the classic style of the original, but with technological improvements that ensure greater safety and comfort. It will also follow the same historic route, from Southampton to New York, reliving the magic of a golden age. Ahalteke horses are famous for their elegance, but some can be born hairless due to a rare genetic condition called naked foal syndrome. This disorder affects foals of this breed and prevents them from developing their coat, leaving them without their characteristic undercoat. In addition to the lack of hair, those affected may experience problems such as dental malformations, digestive disorders, and even persistent diarrhea. This rare condition is hereditary, meaning it is passed down from generation to generation within the breed. In 2013, a team of Chinese scientists revolutionized dentistry by creating human teeth using stem cells extracted from urine. They implanted these cells into mouse kidneys. In Japan, the Mori Building Digital Art Museum Team Lab Borderless offers a completely different art experience. Here you won't find traditional paintings or sculptures, but instead, digital art comes to life and constantly changes. The works adapt to the movement of visitors, creating an immersive and dynamic environment. The museum relies on cutting-edge technology to merge art with interactivity. Meet Crystal, a monkey who has made a name for himself in Hollywood. Known for his role in The Hangover, Crystal has appeared in more than 20 films throughout his career. His acting skills have earned him a reputation as an actor higher than many humans, The world's smallest movie is called A Boy and His Atom, and it's made with real atoms. IBM scientists used a microscope so powerful it can move atoms one by one to create this mini animation. Each frame was assembled at an atomic scale and then magnified 100 million times. The result? An adorable story made from the most basic matter in the universe. Guinness recognized it as the tiniest film ever created. In Vietnam, there's a cafe where you can have lunch surrounded by koi fish swimming around your feet. It's called King Koi Coffee Garden and has tables submerged in ponds filled with colorful fish. Customers can interact with more than 3,000 koi while enjoying their meal. An experience as relaxing as it is surreal. The world's largest Christmas tree, it's on a mountain in Gubbio, Italy. They create a giant tree every year using lights that stretches over 2,460 feet tall. It's not a real tree, but a spectacular light installation that transforms the entire hillside, and it can be seen from miles away. An underwater museum, it exists. It's called MUSA, and it's in Cancun, Mexico. There, more than 500 sculptures rest on the seabed, creating a gallery that you can only visit by diving or snorkeling. It's art, nature, and adventure all in one. Neil Harbison is recognized as the first cyborg in history. He was born with achromatopsia, which prevented him from seeing colors. But in 2004, with the help of doctors, he managed to implant an antenna in his brain. This antenna allows him to perceive colors, including infrared and ultraviolet, and even hear the frequencies of each. In addition, the antenna gives him the ability to watch videos, listen to music, and even receive calls directly in his head. Keurig Bolton Rock is a gravity-defying natural wonder, suspended 3,280 feet high in the Norwegian fjords. Despite its eerie appearance, it's firmly wedged between two cliffs, keeping it stable. Measuring about 177 cubic feet, it has become a popular tourist destination where brave souls pose for photos on top. Yvonne Miranda, a skateboarder and YouTuber, has created an incredible all-terrain skateboard capable of rolling on any terrain, even mountains. He drew inspiration from the track system of military tanks to shape the wheels, allowing the skateboard to move easily over difficult surfaces. The design, although similar to a longboard, has a unique twist with its custom wheel system. The result is a monstrous skateboard ready for extreme adventures. The Zoox is Amazon's revolutionary self-driving taxi, unveiled in 2020. Measuring 11.5 feet long and seating 4, it is a fully autonomous vehicle that can operate for up to 16 hours at a time at 75 miles per hour. Although how it achieves its autonomy has not been revealed, it is equipped with cameras and sensors to perceive its surroundings. It also features safety systems to protect passengers in the event of an accident, making it an innovative option for the future of transportation. MOBA, or the Museum of Trash Art, is the only museum in the world dedicated to exhibiting what is considered bad in art. With branches in Somerville and Brookline, Massachusetts, its collection includes works that often fail to meet traditional artistic standards, some of which were even found in the trash. However, in this museum, they are given special value, proving that art can be found in the unexpected. In Japan, there is a delightful art called amishin, where sculptures are created from hot candy. The sugar is heated at 176 degrees Fahrenheit and quickly molded with tweezers and scissors before it hardens. The artists shape incredible animals, flowers, and creatures using only their hands and edible candy. The best part? Besides admiring them, these works of art can be eaten. The record for the longest duration of total contact with ice is 4 hours and 5 minutes, achieved by Andre Balibi Elumu in Calgary, Alberta, Canada, on May 24, 2024. His goal was to raise awareness about autism. Andre prepared for over a year, performing ice water immersions and meditation exercises. An impressive feat. A startling revelation occurred when a CT scan showed that inside a Buddhist statue from China were the mummified remains of a Buddhist monk named Luquan. The bronze statue on display at the Drents Museum in the Netherlands concealed this mysterious reliquary. After performing an endoscopy and CT scan, experts confirmed that the remains belonged to Luquan, a master of the Chinese school of meditation. The Oaxacan tamale is a delicacy from the Oaxaca region of Mexico, wrapped in banana leaves, giving it a distinctive flavor and texture. Unlike traditional tamales, which are wrapped in corn husks, the use of banana leaves gives it a special softness. Its filling, which can include chicken, pork, or chili peppers, makes it a delicious dish and very representative of Oaxacan cuisine. Haruhiko Kawaguchi is a Japanese photographer who has captivated the world with his unique style, exploring the relationship between the human body and space. His most famous project, called Flesh Love, features human figures wrapped in latex, creating stunning visual illusions of people trapped in capsules. This surreal technique distorts human forms and results in images that seem straight out of a dream. The Spanish company Zero to Infinity is developing an innovative tourist experience that will take travelers into the Earth's atmosphere in a space balloon. The trip, which will last approximately 4 hours, will allow tourists to enjoy breathtaking views of Earth from high above, near the edge of space. This unique adventure offers a perspective never before seen, providing a sensation of weightlessness without the need to be in a spacecraft. The SSC Tuatara is the fastest car in the world, reaching an incredible speed of 332 miles per hour. Beating the Bugatti Chiron's record of 300 miles per hour, the Tuatara achieved its feat in a public race near Las Vegas. With driver Oliver Webb at the wheel, the vehicle's creators claim it could be even faster. Can you imagine how fast you could go in this car? A true speed monster, ready to break any record. Nathan Shipley, a San Francisco artist, uses artificial intelligence to create realistic faces of famous people. Thanks to this technology, he has managed to recreate iconic figures such as the Mona Lisa, Frida Kahlo, and Rembrandt, in addition to imagining what cartoon characters and even people on U.S. banknotes would look like. The process uses neural networks and advanced algorithms that make these astonishing results possible. Would you dare to stroll through a garden full of deadly plants? The Poison Garden in England is home to more than 100 poisonous and narcotic species. It's so fraught with danger that it can only be visited with a guide. Even the air can be toxic in some areas. In Alaska, fruits and vegetables grow excessively thanks to the long hours of summer sunlight. Some regions enjoy up to 20 hours of sun per day, which favors their development. Broccoli has been recorded weighing up to 35 pounds, melons weighing up to 60 pounds, and cabbages reaching 99 pounds. Impressive, isn't it? The San Diego Zoo in California isn't just any zoo, it's a true wild city. It houses more than 3,500 animals from around 650 species, many of which are endangered. In addition to its size, it stands out for its focus on conservation and animal welfare. If you love nature, you'll be fascinated by this place. In Denmark, there's a place where imagination comes to life, the Lego house. Located in Billund, the birthplace of the famous bricks, it looks like it's built from 21 giant pieces stacked together. It opened in 2017 and blends museum, play, and inspiration in every corner. It's paradise for Lego fans of all ages. Did you know that Mother Teresa of Calcutta was born in Albania? Although her hometown is Skopje, in present-day North Macedonia, her roots were Albanian. This connection to Albania made her one of the most illustrious figures in its history, known for her humanitarian work around the world. Aruba is famous for its paradisiacal beaches, but one of its hidden gems is Flamingo Beach, a private island reached by boat from the main island. There, visitors have the opportunity to mingle with a colorful colony of pink flamingos, which roam freely on the sand and in the crystal clear water. Antwerp, Belgium, is famous as the diamond capital of the world. The city plays a crucial role in the global diamond trade, handling 84% of the world's diamond trade. The Antwerp Diamond Exchange, founded in 1893, is one of the oldest and most prestigious centers for trading rough and polished diamonds. The Greek island of Ikaria is famous for being one of the world's blue zones, a place where people enjoy long, healthy lives. The inhabitants of this Mediterranean island have an exceptional longevity rate thanks to their lifestyle, diet, and environment. The archipelago of San Andres, Providencia, and Santa Catalina is home to one of the largest coral reefs on the planet, ranking third in the world. This incredible underwater ecosystem is home to more than 50 different species of coral and sponges, creating a paradise for diving enthusiasts. Norway, despite its small population, is the most successful country in the Winter Olympics, with an impressive number of medals. In particular, biathlete Johannes Thingnes Bø stands out as the most successful athlete, with 5 medals, 4 of them gold. In total, Norway has collected 37 medals at these games, 16 of which are gold, cementing its position as a powerhouse in winter sports. This is the pelican fish, a master of shape-shifting in the deep. It has a mouth so large it can swallow prey larger than itself, and it also stretches its stomach like rubber. It lives in tropical waters more than 2,300 feet underwater. The red handfish doesn't have hands, but it walks like it does. Instead of swimming like normal fish, it uses modified fins that allow it to walk along the ocean floor. It moves stylishly across the seabed, like a cowboy on the reef. This uncanny ability makes it unique among fish. In Sweden, ice skating on natural ice is very popular, especially during the winter. Frozen lakes and rivers create vast surfaces ideal for this activity, such as in Stockholm, where several lakes are transformed into skating rinks. Although the ice may only be 4 inches thick, skaters group together for safety. One of the most popular places to enjoy this experience is Lake Vänern, the largest in Sweden. Brock Davis turns the everyday into the extraordinary, like creating a movie explosion. With Cauliflower, this American artist breathes new life into the ordinary, challenging what we take for granted. His art is a blend of humor, creativity, and visual surprise. Who knew a vegetable could be so explosive? The Lesmata ambonensis is a bright red and white shrimp that works as an underwater esthetician. It lives in tropical waters and cleans parasites from fish, forming unique aquatic friendships. It measures just a few centimeters, but has long antennae that it uses as sensors. A true mobile ocean spa. The camel spider, also known as the solifuge, is a surprising arachnid that lives in desert areas around the world. Despite its name, it is neither a spider nor a scorpion, although it is related to both. Its segmented body and long legs make it very distinctive, as do its powerful chelicerae, which it uses to capture and crush its prey. Tatsuya Tanaka, a talented Japanese artist, became famous for his miniature calendar project, launched in 2011. In this work, he uses everyday objects and combines them with miniature figures to create surprising and creative scenes. His mastery of perspective and innovative approach have led him to generate unique visual compositions that captivate viewers. The Three Gorges Dam, located on China's Yangtze River, is the world's largest hydroelectric power plant with a capacity of 22,500 megawatts. Measuring 7,660 feet long and 594 feet high, this colossal structure houses 34 turbines. Not only does it contribute significantly to electricity production, but it also helps regulate flooding and facilitates navigation. Kristen Stewart and Robert Pattinson, famous for their roles in Twilight, have a somewhat strange taste that surprised many. In an interview with Vogue, Kristen revealed that smell and taste played an important role in their relationship. In fact, she confessed that she loved Robert's scent and vice versa. But the most curious thing was that she said, "I love licking under my armpits," a confession that left everyone speechless, but which shows how unique their relationship was. Chris James gradually lost his sight due to a disease called retinitis pigmentosa. 20 years later, thanks to a bionic eye implanted at an Oxford hospital, he was able to see again. The system uses a microchip similar to that of a camera, which transforms light into signals that the brain interprets as images. A blend of science and hope worthy of a movie. Did you know that McDonald's Japan launched a video game to train its employees? It was in 2010 and was called Employee Crew Development Program. It ran on an exclusive Nintendo DS with the McDonald's logo, where workers learned everything from frying fries to serving combos. Today, both the game and the console are true collector's items. The double-crested cormorant looks like a bird straight out of a spy movie. Dark, elegant, and with crests that only show off in times of romance. With its webbed feet, it swims like a champion and dives with style. Its curved, colorful beak gives it a rather distinguished look. Bob Woodward and Carl Bernstein, journalists for The Washington Post, became famous for uncovering the Watergate scandal in 1972, which involved political espionage and culminated in the resignation of President Richard Nixon. Tina Fey bears a distinctive scar on her left cheek, dating back to a traumatic incident in her childhood. As a child, she was attacked by a stranger with a knife, leaving a mark that has stayed with her ever since. In Germany, the famous Autobahn has a unique appeal. There are no speed limits on some sections. Although 65% of these motorways allow unrestricted driving, a speed limit of 81 miles per hour is recommended for safety. This system has made German roads a world benchmark for speed lovers. Did you know that military aircraft can refuel while flying? Yes, just like a gas station in the sky. In this impressive procedure, a tanker aircraft extends a hose that connects to the receiving aircraft, all in mid-flight. In some videos, you can see two F-18s maneuvering with surgical precision to fill their tanks without landing. In Norway, there's a tunnel that looks like something out of a roller coaster, the Drammen Spiral. This 5,413-foot tunnel climbs in a helix, twisting and turning 6 times to gain height without disturbing the landscape. It's like a giant parking lot, but inside a mountain. A brilliant and panoramic solution. The goblin shark looks like something out of a science fiction movie, but it's very real. It lives at depths of over 3,280 feet, and its jaws project like a spring to catch prey. Although its appearance is frightening, it poses no danger to humans. It's more of a mysterious oceanic oddity than a sea monster. Jewel beetles are small, flyers with a striking appearance. They can be found in habitats as diverse as arid deserts and dense forests. What really sets them apart are their vibrant colors, ranging from metallic to iridescent, shining with a unique intensity. When they spread their wings, they become a visual spectacle that attracts all eyes. Snow leopards, those ghostly mountain cats, have a curious secret. They can't roar. Unlike other big cats, their vocal cords aren't made for roaring. Instead, they communicate with meows, hisses, growls, and even purrs. But don't be fooled by their sweet sounds. They are still expert hunters. A giant lives in Utah, made of trees. It's called the Trembling Giant and is a colony of aspens that share a common root system. Although they look like thousands of different trees, they are actually a single organism that has lived for almost 1 million years. It is one of the oldest living things on the planet. Did you know there's a scarf that protects celebrities from cameras? It's called the ISU, or anti-paparazzi scarf, and it's made of a material that reflects flashlight, ruining photos. It was created by an Indian designer named Shika, inspired by a photo that came out badly because of a bicycle reflector. The funny thing is that this coincidence ended up being a brilliant solution for many celebrities. Croatia prides itself on being the smallest city in the world. With a population of around 20, it is located in the Istria region, and its urban area occupies only a few hectares. Originally from Africa, guinea fowl are birds prized for their juicy meat and eggs. Their mottled plumage, with white spots on dark shades like gray and black, makes them easily recognizable. Some variants of these birds even have more vibrant colors, making them even more striking. A perfect blend of beauty and flavor. The clown loach is a small river animal that seems harmless, but has a surprising defense. Although it has a calm appearance, it has sharp spines behind its eyes which it can raise when threatened. This spine is used to defend itself from other fish. Native to Asia, this fish can grow up to 12 inches and live up to 50 years. A true aquatic survivor. The Pokemon Hitmonlee and Hitmonchan are inspired by two martial arts film legends. Hitmonlee pays homage to Bruce Lee with its kick-based fighting style. Hitmonchan, on the other hand, is inspired by Jackie Chan, notable for its skillful fists and agility. The apples you find in the supermarket may be older than you think. Some are up to a year old. After being harvested, they are coated with wax, dried with hot air, and stored in cold storage to keep them fresh for months. This process allows them to reach the shelves in perfect condition, even if they have been harvested for several months. What looks like a simple branch on screen is actually a Gongylus gongolodes, known as the wandering violin mantis. This insect, measuring about 4 inches, has long limbs that perfectly mimic the sticks of a tree. Its camouflage technique is impressive. It sways like a branch swaying in the wind. This way, it hides from the sight of its prey, catching them without them even noticing. In many airports around the world, there are experts called profilers who observe without you noticing. They use psychological techniques to analyze strange gestures, looks, or behaviors among passengers. Their job is to detect potential threats before they occur. Green dragon-tail butterflies seem like something out of a myth with their elegant flight and peculiar shape. Despite their name, their main color is black and white, but their caterpillar and eggs are a vibrant green. Native to Southeast Asia and India, these butterflies are distinguished by their tail, which moves like a dragon's, giving them a majestic touch. Their rapid and precise flight makes them a marvel of nature. In 1840, Dr. John William Draper captured the oldest surviving photograph of the moon. The physician and chemistry professor used a daguerreotype, a primitive photographic process to immortalize the satellite. The photo was taken from his observatory in New York, using a 13-inch reflecting telescope. Methemoglobinemia is a rare condition that causes the skin to take on a bluish tint, a phenomenon known as cyanosis. This occurs due to the buildup of methemoglobin in the blood, an abnormal form of hemoglobin that cannot carry oxygen properly. The disease can be hereditary or developed by external factors, such as exposure to certain chemicals. Do you like chocolate? Well, to make a single large bar, about 400 cocoa beans are needed, and a single cocoa tree can produce between 400 and 1,500 beans a year. So each tree has a limited and very valuable production. Each pod is like a small chest with 20 to 50 beans inside. At the heart of Siena beats a bank with more history than many countries, the Monte dei Paschi, founded in 1472. It has survived empires, plagues, and currency changes, and is still open today. It's like a living museum of money, but with ATMS. If its walls could talk, they would recount 5 centuries of financial secrets. Moles are small, subterranean mammals with elongated, soft bodies covered in dark fur. Their eyes are tiny and rarely used, as their main tool is their front paws, adapted as shovels for digging tunnels. They live in soft, moist soil, where they spend most of their lives alone. The macapuno is a special type of coconut native to the Philippines, renowned for its soft, gelatinous flesh. Unlike the common coconut, its meat remains creamy and does not harden, giving it a texture similar to a thick gel. This characteristic is the result of a genetic alteration that affects the formation of the endosperm, making its meat ideal for desserts and traditional Asian dishes. From Siberia comes the samoyed, a dog with a snow coat and a built-in smile. Its happy expression is no coincidence. Its curved snout makes it always seem in a good mood. Strong, furry, and friendly, it was bred to withstand extreme cold and pull sleds. A furry friend ready for any winter adventure. Tomorrowland, held annually in Boom, Belgium, is an electronic music festival that attracts thousands of fans from around the world. Its stunning visual production and lineup of renowned artists have made it a flagship event for the genre. The sage grouse, also known as the sage grouse, is one of North America's most prominent birds. It lives primarily in the arid ecosystems of the Great Basin and the Canadian prairies. During courtship season, males perform an impressive dance, inflating yellow sacs on their chests and fanning their tails. It became a global craze in 2017, but the spinner had already been around since the 1990s. This small, propeller-shaped object with a hypnotic spin was designed to relax the mind and combat stress. A gentle push with your fingers is enough to watch it spin non-stop. Some loved it for its calming effect, others just for the fun of it. Fraser Island, located in Australia, is the largest sand island in the world, with a length of 76 miles. Its history is marked by the shipwreck of Eliza Fraser in 1836, who managed to survive thanks to the help of the Butchulla Aboriginal people. This island, full of stunning natural landscapes, is a unique destination where sand dunes, tropical forests, and crystal-clear lakes blend to create an unparalleled paradise. Dubai is home to Jumeirah Bay Island, the world's most expensive artificial island, costing a staggering $40 billion. Additionally, Abu Dhabi is home to the Emirates Palace, known for being the most expensive hotel on the planet, with construction costing over $3 billion. Uranus is unforgiving. It's the coldest planet in the solar system, with temperatures reaching a chilling negative 371 degrees Fahrenheit. If anyone dared to visit it without protection, they would suffocate before freezing completely. Its dense and poisonous atmosphere is relentless, teeming with hydrogen, helium, and methane. Zachary Taylor, war hero and U.S. president, didn't fall in battle, but for a summer snack. In 1850, he ate some cherries with cold milk, and within hours, his health plummeted. What seemed like an innocent treat ended up being his last meal. Sometimes the most unexpected enemy is in the desert. The rainbow eucalyptus is a natural gem that seems like something out of a dream. This exotic tree, native to warm regions, has a trunk that constantly changes color, like a living work of art. Its bark peels away over time, revealing vibrant hues ranging from green to red, creating a unique visual spectacle. It grows wild in humid areas of the Philippines, Papua New Guinea, and Indonesia. Have you ever imagined seeing the northern lights from space? Astronauts on the International Space Station have captured stunning images of this phenomenon from high above. From there, the auroras appear as rivers of green and purple light dancing over Earth. The Hotel Paradiso Art in Ibiza offers a unique experience with its completely transparent glass room. Located in the lobby, this complimentary suite allows guests to sleep in plain view, sacrificing privacy for a complete connection with their surroundings. It's a bold proposal, perfect for the most extroverted and adventurous. Would you dare to try it? In an iconic Sony commercial, thousands of rubber balls bounced through the streets of San Francisco, creating a breathtaking scene. Although many thought it was a digital effect, they actually launched 250,000 balls down a hill for real. The filming was spectacular, but the production team had to collect each one afterward. In Japan, sumo wrestlers have a unique way of signing autographs by stamping their handprints. This tradition, known as tada, has been passed down from generation to generation. Fans can take home a large brand as a souvenir of meeting their idols. Famous wrestler Takayasu Akira has made his unique signature go viral, adding a special touch to sumo culture. Meet UNI-3G1, an amazing robot that can perform kung fu moves with astonishing precision. In a recent test, this robot defeated a human opponent, demonstrating mind-blowing martial arts skills. With lightning-fast reflexes and AI-driven decision-making, Unitree's Jawan is displaying a level of dexterity that seems straight out of the future. Underwriting Assist is an innovative technology that allows motorcycles to stand upright without the rider needing to hold them. This autonomous system adjusts the center of gravity and wheel rotation to maintain balance, preventing the bike from falling over. The fascinating thing about this system is that it also allows the motorcycle to move on its own at low speeds, making it easier to maneuver in tight spaces or when parking. Can you imagine playing as a final boss sitting on the throne of a robotic scorpion? This is the Cloven Scorpion, a gaming chair shaped like a futuristic creature. Not only does it look like something out of a sci-fi movie, but it also massages you, moves on its own, and has LED lights as if you were piloting a spaceship. Literally, gaming never felt so villainous. Terry Crews stole the show in Where Are the Blondes? With a now legendary scene, singing 1,000 miles as if his life depended on it. The best part? He prepared for it for 2 weeks and nailed it in a single take. Rarely does such a random moment become so unforgettable. The Rion Pocket is an innovative portable device from Sony that acts as a personal air conditioner. This small device, about the size of a credit card, fits into a special shirt and is worn on the back of the neck. Its design allows you to regulate the temperature, either cooling up to 13 degrees for warmth or heating up to 8 degrees for cold, providing a personalized comfort experience anywhere, anytime. Lepus, a monumental sculpture created by French sculptor César Baldacchini, stands imposingly in the La Défense district of Paris. Standing 39.4 feet tall and weighing 39,700 pounds, this bronze work of art represents a giant thumb, a symbol of Baldacchini's originality and unique style. Discover the impressive Slonic salt mine in Romania, an underground wonder that combines history and health. With chambers reaching 230 feet high and over 861,000 square feet, this mine offers a fascinating tour through its deep galleries. Plus, its constant temperature of 54 degrees Fahrenheit makes it an ideal destination for therapeutic treatments. Aid Sleep has revolutionized sleep with its Pod 4 Ultra, a device that redefines nighttime comfort. With a design that's 40% quieter and advanced features like snore tracking and real-time biometrics, it promises superior sleep quality. Plus, its powerful cooling system and innovative touch control make it the smart bed we'd all want to try. Can you imagine sleeping in such a technologically advanced place? In an impressive display of efficiency, 1,500 workers in China completed the construction of a train station in just 9 hours. Nanlong Station in Longyan was built in record time, from 6:30 p.m. on Friday to 3:30 a.m. on Saturday. Can you imagine what we could achieve if the speed and precision of this project were applied to all construction projects around the world? Israel Briseño Carmona, a young Mexican innovator, has created a revolutionary pavement capable of self-healing upon contact with water. His rubber-based invention closes cracks without human intervention, earning him first place in the James Dyson Mexico competition. Although some fine-tuning is still needed, this breakthrough promises to transform roads as we know them. The Pink River dolphin, or Bolivian bufeo, is an aquatic mystery in the rivers of Bolivia, where it swims in the waters of the Cochabamba Basin. Its color changes like a chameleon, from a subtle gray to a vibrant pink, making it even more fascinating. This cetacean is unique, as it's the only one in Bolivia and the only dolphin that lives exclusively in South American rivers. In 2015, a skinny, elongated figure broke all records. Giacometti's Pointing Man became the world's most expensive sculpture, selling for over $141 million. It looks fragile, almost ghostly, but its price was as solid as the bronze it was cast from. The craziest part? It's the only one in the series hand-painted by the artist himself. It looks like a stuffed animal in armor, but it's real. The lesser armadillo is the world's smallest armadillo, and it lives hidden underground in Argentina. As rare to see as finding Wi-Fi in the desert, this little guy burrows as if the earth were his personal gym. Sadly, his underground home is in danger because humans, as always, are poking their noses in where they shouldn't. During World War II, the United Kingdom designed the Well Bike, a folding motorcycle that, at just 70.5 pounds, was the smallest of its kind. It was intended to be parachuted with British airborne forces, and its folding structure allowed it to be stowed on airplanes and quickly deployed on the battlefield. Ellis Torhall is an internationally renowned Swedish parkour athlete. He began practicing the sport at age 8 and has perfected his skills with years of training. Throughout his career, he has excelled in various competitions, becoming a leading figure in the discipline. The F-35 Lightning II is a fifth-generation fighter designed by Lockheed Martin, with advanced technology that makes it unique. Its F-35B version has the ability to take off in short distances and land vertically, thanks to its innovative lift fan system. Long before likes dominated the world, Ronaldinho was already making waves on YouTube. In 2005, just 6 months after the platform was launched, his video wearing Nike's golden boots became the first to reach 1 million views. Yes, before influencers, there was already the real star. Dinho. Can you imagine having a secret escape button? Parakeet beetles have one. They make a click so powerful it launches them into the air when they're upside down. It's not just their ninja trick for escaping. It also doubles as an acrobatic somersault. Imagine a fish that decides to take a vacation out of water for 4 years. This is the lungfish, an expert at surviving extreme droughts thanks to its aquatic lungs. When the river dries up, he simply buries himself, breathes air, and waits patiently for the aquatic party to return. Can you imagine floating in zero gravity and suddenly having a gorilla appear and chase you around the space station? Well, that's exactly what happened when astronaut Mark Kelly pulled out his ace up his sleeve, or rather, his gorilla suit. No one saw it coming, but everyone will remember it. David Copperfield has been performing nonstop magic in Las Vegas for 20 years, with 15 shows a week at the MGM Grand. Yes, 15 factorial. His show combines illusion, technology, and storytelling in spectacular fashion, attracting thousands of people from all over the world. After 2 decades, he remains one of the great entertainment icons in the city of eternal glitter. During Super Bowl 50, Mountain Dew unleashed chaos with a creature that seems straight out of a fever dream, the puppy monkey baby, a bizarre fusion of a dog, a monkey, and a baby dancing and handing out soda as if it were the most normal thing in the world. It was so strange, so unexpected, that it became unforgettable. Some loved it, others had nightmares, but everyone remembers it. Pietro Catodella, a talented Italian illustrator, has a unique approach to blending art with architecture. With his creative style, he adds vibrant illustrations to the structure of buildings, transforming them into a fascinating blend of the real and the imaginary. The Central Park Tower penthouse in New York City holds the title of the tallest residence in the world. Located between the 129th and 131st floors of the iconic skyscraper, which rises to 1,550 feet, it offers unparalleled views of the city. With 7 bedrooms, 8 bathrooms, and 3 powder rooms, this luxurious property is equipped with enormous windows and terraces that allow you to admire the curvature of the earth. Currently on sale for $250 million, it is located in the coveted West 57th Street district in the heart of Manhattan. The red panda, known for its unique defensive behavior, has a surprising way of protecting itself. When threatened, it rears up on its hind legs and extends its claws, creating a larger figure to scare off potential predators. This technique, while not aggressive, allows it to confront threats in its natural environment. The new Ray-Ban Meta aren't just sunglasses, they're a technological revolution. With a 5-megapixel camera, built-in microphones and speakers, you can capture moments and share them on Instagram without taking out your phone. Plus, its battery allows you to record for up to 6 hours non-stop, perfect for those always on the go. You'll feel like a spy. Do you have money to spare and want to treat yourself to extreme luxury? Then you could try Alma's caviar, also known as the diamond of the gourmet world. Sold in 24-karat gold tins, it costs millions and comes from a fish so exclusive it looks like something out of a spy movie. All that's missing is that it glows in the dark. Yawning is like the Wi-Fi of human behavior. Someone activates it, and unwittingly, everyone connects. You can be in a good mood, full of energy, and yet seeing someone yawn makes you an immediate victim. The craziest thing is that even scientists can't agree on why we do it, but we all do it. The tripod fish is known for its elongated pectoral fins, which it uses like legs to rest and stay upright on the seabed. This peculiar ability, which allows it to remain motionless for long periods, makes it resemble a tripod, hence its name. By staying still, it can conserve energy and camouflage itself perfectly while waiting for its prey to approach. In Japan, Optimus Prime has another name, Convoy. This iconic truck robot began its journey as a toy in the 1980s, thanks to the microchange in Diaclone toy lines. Interestingly, in its Japanese version, Power Master Optimus Prime was named Ginrai, quite a twist on his original story. High atop Nevado de Huascarán, Peru, lies the place with the lowest gravity on the planet. At 22,205 feet above sea level, its altitude and proximity to the equator create a unique geophysical phenomenon. This extreme corner of the Earth has been key to studying and fine-tuning our understanding of gravity. Honey watermelons, also known as yellow watermelons, are a delicious variety that will surprise you with their color and flavor. Its yellow-orange flesh is sweeter and less watery than that of traditional watermelons, offering a unique experience of freshness and sweetness. In 1963, Chrysler introduced its turbine car, an experimental vehicle with a turbine engine capable of running on different types of fuels, including tequila. This vehicle broke new ground with its innovative design, but despite its revolutionary potential, it never reached mass production. At Barcelona 1992, Lithuania shone not only for their game, but for their uniforms sponsored by the Grateful Dead. Psychedelic and groovy, they were pure rock on the field. Music and sport fused like never before. In 2002, the Lemirny team made history, but not by winning. They lost 149-0, scoring all their own goals as a form of protest. It was so unusual that even the Guinness World Records took note. The game seemed like a comedy, but the message was very serious. When the scoreboard protests louder than the banners, in Barbra Streisand's basement, you won't just find shelves, but a mini private mall. Each collection of rare objects is organized like a luxury store, showcasing her love of curation. It's her secret sanctuary, where chaos and order meet in a fascinating way. The diva's friends and followers are amazed to discover this hidden little world. The jellyfish Chirodectes maculatus, a jewel of the ocean. It was first filmed on video near the Great Barrier Reef and resembles a basketball floating in the water. Its rare appearance made history in the marine world, as it is a mystery. With its peculiar appearance and strange movements, this jellyfish becomes one of the most fascinating creatures of the deep. A Jewish boy managed to make a royal guard laugh at Buckingham Palace, and it wasn't just any joke. As they chatted, the young man told the guard that they were schoolmates and that his mother used to pick him up because he was very shy. The completely unexpected story made the serious guard burst into laughter. In Budapest, Hungary, Europe's first cinema with beds opened its doors, and movies have never been so comfortable. Located in a renovated shopping mall after a 10-year closure, this cinema offers bed-like seats with pillows for enjoying movies in total relaxation. Forget uncomfortable seats. Here, the cinema is like a movie nap. In Yakutsk, the coldest city in the world, Oksana and Alexander raised 22 children, 18 of them adopted, and they do it with a smile. With temperatures dropping to negative 85 degrees Fahrenheit, their home is a haven of warmth amidst the ice. Despite the brutal winters, they have built a close-knit and resilient family, the largest in the city. In 2023, the mountains of Utah turned pink and red, and it wasn't because of some magic paint. This phenomenon, known as watermelon snow, occurs when the algae Chlamydomonas nivalis multiply in the cold snow, giving it vibrant colors like purple, orange, and pink. The secret lies in a red pigment, astaxanthin, which protects the algae from the sun. Imagine walking through a snowy landscape that looks like something out of a natural work of art. In Talca, Chile, nature decided to break the rules with an inverted waterfall. Here, instead of falling, the water rises thanks to the powerful winds and currents of the Mole River. This phenomenon creates such an amazing illusion that it makes you doubt what you're seeing. It's as if gravity is taking a break. Hercules, the Amazon robot, is an impressive machine that can easily lift over 1,200 pounds. Its main task is to move shelves in fulfillment centers, making the entire work process much more efficient. With its incredible strength and design, it optimizes workflow and speeds up order picking. This robot is revolutionizing logistics. Underwater rugby? Yes, it exists. Underwater rugby is played in deep pools with a ball that sinks thanks to the salt water inside. Players, equipped with fins, goggles, and snorkels, fight to score in baskets located at the bottom. It's like a tactical battle in slow motion, but without losing its intensity. A sport as strange as it is exciting, the sand spider is like a desert ninja. It burrows into the sand in seconds and disappears without a trace. This stealth specialist hides beneath the sand, where it patiently waits for unsuspecting prey to pass by. Not even predators can detect it in its perfect hiding place. A master of camouflage worthy of a spy movie? A coffee that rains sugar? Yes, it exists and is served at Mellower Coffee, a Chinese chain that adds magic to every cup. Its signature drink, Sweet Little Rain, combines an Americano coffee with a cloud of cotton candy that melts in the hot steam. It's like watching sweetness rain down on your coffee. This coffee shop not only serves coffee, it also teaches you how to master latte art and hand-drip coffee. Northern cardinal mothers have a surprising trick for caring for their eggs. They pluck their belly feathers. This incubation patch leaves the skin exposed so the heat reaches the eggs directly. It's as if they're wrapping themselves in their own bodies, ensuring each chick receives the perfect temperature. In Piedmont, among vineyards and dreamy hills, grows an oddity that seems straight out of a fairy tale. A tree on top of another tree. The famous Casorzo doubletree shows a cherry tree living on top of a mulberry tree, as if it had hitched a ride. No one knows exactly how it happened, but there they are, fused in a strange botanical harmony. In Honolulu, Hawaii, lives Hokule, a surfing cat who has conquered the waves. Rescued from a shelter, this feline discovered his love for the water and became a local star. He rides the waves with his human family on a surfboard, proving that it's not just dogs who enjoy the sea. His swimming skills and laid-back attitude have made him famous on the internet. A cat so unique that he dares to surf with the wind in his paws. In the charming canals of Venice, a boat shaped like a violin sails the waters, creating a magical and unique atmosphere. This 40-foot-long floating piece, known as Noah's Violin, was designed by sculptor Livio de Marchi. In its debut, it was escorted by gondolas and boats, while a string quartet serenaded on board. David Scott, better known as the Kiffness, is a talented content creator from South Africa who has taken social media by storm by combining catchy music with humor and viral videos. Since starting out in 2011 with live performances, he has achieved a unique blend of musical genres and comedy that has made him popular worldwide. The first elephant hospital, built by Wildlife SOS, is located in Mathura, Uttar Pradesh, India. This innovative hospital is designed to care for elephants rescued from abusive and exploitative conditions, offering a pathology lab, digital radiology, and even laser therapy. It also has a medical elevator and spaces where the elephants can roam freely, ensuring their physical and emotional well-being. In 2017, Juan Pedro Franco, a 33-year-old Mexican, was recognized worldwide as the heaviest person on the planet, weighing a staggering 1,311 pounds. His extreme obesity was the result of a combination of poor nutrition and thyroid problems. Throughout his struggle to improve his health, his story captured global attention, highlighting the enormous challenges he faced. Daisuke Samejima, a talented Japanese artist, has created a unique style by painting everyday scenes on spheres called flat balls. His acrylic technique transforms these curved surfaces into vibrant canvases, where every detail seems to leap to life. What's fascinating about his work is how the spherical shape adds a visual dimension that makes the scenes even more realistic. Like humans, chimpanzees can burst into laughter, especially when tickled. This playful behavior highlights the striking similarities between our species and these primates, showing that laughter is a shared trait. Umino Sumiyama and Kame Kodama, born on November 5, 1913, on Shodo Island, Japan, hold the title of the world's oldest twins. Since they were 70, they joked about breaking the Guinness World Record. And at 107 years and 300 days old, they managed to set it. Despite having lived apart and facing bullying for their resemblance, their reunion at 70 allowed them to enjoy this achievement together. Imagine camping in a tent inspired by the famous Star Wars space station. Designed by Monster Factory, this futuristic tent sleeps 3 and sets up in less than 2 minutes. In addition to being waterproof, it features an air circulation system and a special layer that protects you from mosquitoes. The Zarpado Towers, located in Monterrey, Mexico, are the tallest skyscrapers in Latin America, reaching 1,001 feet in height. They are also the 26th tallest building in the world. These impressive structures stand out not only for their height, but also for their versatility, housing a luxurious hotel, offices, apartments, and recreational areas. The Mini Dog Treat Maker is an innovative device created by Dash, specifically designed to prepare homemade dog treats. Its appearance resembles a waffle iron with 2 non-stick plates that cook bone-shaped treats. Plus, it comes with a recipe book full of ideas for making healthy, natural snacks for your pet. YouTuber DeDrones has created a unique drone using Coca-Cola cans, combining 3D printed parts with cameras and motors. On his channel, he shows the entire construction process of this peculiar aerial device, which, despite its somewhat comical design, is capable of flying. This drone is surprising not only for its appearance, but also for its ability to stay in the air for several minutes. A group of creators led by Hacksmith decided to take the Thor myth to the extreme by creating a hammer that's impossible to lift. They took a realistic replica and filled it with molten lead, weighing over 110 pounds. They called it Mjolnir, but without any spells. Here it was all about brute strength. Lifting it is almost as difficult as being worthy of the god of thunder. A mesmerizing marble run broke a world record when a marble traveled 6,296 feet. The event took place in Elg, a small town in Switzerland, and was certified by Guinness World Records. The marble wound its way between houses, hills, and homemade structures for over a mile. Quite a spectacle of precision, patience, and gravity. In New Zealand, there's a farm where cows graze among giant sculptures. This is Gibbs Farm, an open-air art gallery created by entrepreneur Alan Gibbs. 22 renowned artists have left their mark on this surreal landscape. It's like a museum, but with sheep and ocean views. The hog-nosed snake doesn't bite. It fakes its death like a soap opera actress. When it feels threatened, it rolls over onto its back and plays dead, tongue out and all. Its upturned snout gives it a look that's somewhere between cute and weird. It lives in America and Madagascar, and although it looks like a drama queen, its trick works. Hare's antelopes won't let cactuses down. They'll tear off their spines to eat them. In the middle of the desert, where water is scarce, they've perfected this trick worthy of extreme survival. This is how they get both food and hydration: small, brave, and very resourceful. In Delhi, there's a bar where, instead of drinks, they serve you pure oxygen. It's called OxyPure and offers an aromatic experience with nasal tubes and scents like mint, lemon, and lavender. In just 15 minutes, you can feel refreshed, as if you've had a breath of fresh air straight from the Himalayas. Founded by Arshavir and Margarita, this bar has become a curious and healthy alternative to alcohol. Shall we raise a glass of air? On the German island of Nordstrandische Moor, residents don't use cars. They use individual trains. A 2.2-mile railway connects the island to the coast, and each resident has their own carriage. Although it began as a way to transport materials, it was adapted for personal use. The carriages vary between open and closed, but sometimes the wind becomes an obstacle. This is how 18 people on the island travel like real conductors. In a corner of Sydney, 20 tiny acrobats amazed the world when they were born at Taronga Zoo. They are pygmy possums, marsupials that measure no more than 3.5 inches, but glide between branches like expert flyers. With their feathered tails and skin that functions as wings, they dominate the forest air. They live among leaves and heights, barely touching the ground. In the middle of the Saudi desert, a mirrored cube seems to vanish among the dunes. It's the Mariah Concert Hall. With nearly 107,000 square feet of glass, it reflects the landscape like a modern mirage. It was built in just 3 months and hosts everything from concerts to luxury dinners. Deep in the Tadoba Safari, an Indian student named Oven Abhishek experienced a movie-like encounter. 40 minutes in front of an elusive black leopard. This feline, as dark as night, owes its rarity to a melanin-filled mutation. From Colombia, Oscar Mendez transforms discarded plastic into pieces that build futures. His interlocking blocks, made from waste, become earthquake-resistant homes and classrooms. Each structure is a puzzle that also unites communities. In Finland, braving the cold is an art form called avanto. The tradition involves opening a hole in the ice of a lake and diving into its icy waters, then seeking refuge in the warmth of a sauna. This shock of temperatures revitalizes both the body and mind, offering incomparable well-being. It's an experience that has become a popular ritual, known for its power to renew energy. Artist Jason DeCaires Taylor creates stunning underwater sculptures that serve as artificial reefs. His latest work, Ocean Atlas, is a 60-ton sculpture that extends from the seafloor to the surface. This impressive installation, located off the coast of the Bahamas, fuses art and nature. The Democratic Republic of the Congo is home to the world's largest and oldest lava lake, an incredible river of molten rock that fascinates scientists around the world. Located on the Nyiragongo volcano, one of the most active and dangerous in Africa, this natural phenomenon is a true volcanic laboratory. The volcano's intensity and constant activity make it an unpredictable and fascinating spectacle. The Cruffin is a delicious revolution that has taken the internet by storm, a perfect mix between a croissant and a muffin. Imagine a crunchy layer on the outside and a soft, fluffy interior that melts in your mouth. Its unique flavor has catapulted it to become a new favorite for those with a sweet tooth. This pastry gem can be found in bakeries around the world, showcasing what culinary creativity can achieve. The longest football match in history took place in 1946 between Stockport County and Doncaster Rovers in a thrilling English third division encounter. Because the match ended in a draw, 2 30-minute extra periods were played, lengthening the action. Doncaster Rovers ultimately won 4-0. In 2020, a mysterious metallic monolith appeared in the Utah desert, discovered by a group of wildlife workers flying over the area in a helicopter. The strange and out-of-place object disappeared as suddenly as it had arrived. Shortly after, similar monoliths emerged in other parts of the world, sparking theories about their origin. In the 1950s, Soviet scientist Vladimir Demikhov conducted an incredibly controversial experiment. He transplanted the head of a puppy onto another dog. Remarkably, both heads managed to survive, although the experiment generated great controversy. Despite the controversy, this pioneering work was key to the development of transplant science. His research laid the groundwork for significant advances in modern medicine. Imagine jumping off a mountain in a suit that turns you into a bird for a few seconds. That's wingsuit flying. This extreme sport combines skydiving with gliding, thanks to a suit with membranes between arms and legs. Those who practice it skim over mountains at incredible speeds, It's pure adrenaline in a controlled fall, if such a thing exists. In a remote valley in Norway, the sky becomes the stage for an inexplicable spectacle, the Hessdalen lights. They appear without warning, floating, zigzagging, and changing color as if they were signals from another world. Neither scientists nor the curious have been able to fully decipher them. A natural phenomenon or an interstellar message? The mystery continues to shine in the darkness. Visit Iceland's Althorse Your Email campaign is an original way for tourists to disconnect from technology during their vacations. Icelandic horses are in charge of handling travelers' emails, triggering automatic out-of-bounds replies by walking across a giant keyboard. The initiative seeks to offer a fun and unique experience, allowing tourists to enjoy their stay in Iceland worry-free. The black gobbler is a fish that inhabits the dark ocean depths, where sunlight doesn't reach. With an elongated black body, this fish has incredibly flexible skin and a stomach that expands to devour prey much larger than itself. It is found at depths between 2,300 and 9,000 feet, where it can swallow even fish twice its size. Duckweed is a small aquatic plant that moves across the surface of lakes and ponds, growing at an impressive speed. Without long stems or roots, it clumps together to form a green blanket that covers the water. Its rapid growth allows it to quickly take over large areas of stagnant water. The Dubai frame is an incredible structure located in Dubai's Zabil Park, known as the world's largest picture frame. Measuring 492 feet high and 312 feet wide, this imposing structure combines an observatory, museum, and monument. Opened in 2018, the Dubai frame has become an icon of the city, offering panoramic views of Dubai from its grand frame. Robert Downey Jr. appeared for less than 10 minutes in Spider-Man: Homecoming, but he pocketed $10 million. That's the equivalent of pocketing $1 million a minute, as if he had banking superpowers. Although his cameo was brief, his presence carried more weight than an Iron Man suit of armor. Marvel didn't pay for time, they paid for legend. In Chongqing, China, there's a restaurant so gigantic it looks like a stadium, Pipa Yuan, with nearly 900 tables and room for 5,800 people. It's the largest in the world. It's perched on a steep hillside and offers hot pot, the region's favorite bubbling feast. Eating there is like a massive event, but delicious. Can you imagine asking for the check there? Don't forget to subscribe if you like the video. In 2018, Macedonia added North to its name, calming a years-long conflict with Greece, all for sharing the same name. It was a diplomatic turnaround that opened doors to peace and international organizations. Sometimes a little word makes all the difference. Who would have thought that a North could bring so much progress? Can you imagine making a mistake in such a major competition? At the 2000 Sydney Olympics, an administrative misunderstanding nearly cost the life of Eric Musambani, a swimmer from Equatorial Guinea. He was entered into the 100 meters instead of the 50, an event he hadn't prepared for. Despite his efforts, his extreme exhaustion in the final meters put him in serious danger. Discover the Boryung Mud Festival in South Korea, an annual event held on Daejeon Beach. This summer festival, the largest in the world, features fun-filled activities where participants cover themselves in mineral-rich mud. Originally created as a marketing ploy for Boryung Mud Cosmetics, the festival has grown into a major tourist attraction with games, mud fights, and concerts. It's a unique experience that draws thousands of visitors from around the world. In 2003, Samsung launched a phone that looked like it was straight out of The Matrix Reloaded, and everyone wanted to be Neo. With a futuristic design and a cinematic feel, the phone flew off the shelves. It was stylish marketing, cinema, technology, and fashion all in one gadget. Even answering calls felt out of this world. The Matrix phone was pure science fiction come to life. The Vallarta Terrapin is the smallest in the world, measuring less than 4 inches long. Native to Mexico, it lives in the wetlands of the Amica River and has a wide shell that makes it even more adorable. Males have a yellow spot on their nose, like a tiny jewel in the water. Despite its tiny size, it plays a key ecological role in its habitat. In 2007, an incredible find in the Russian Arctic left the world speechless. Lyuba, a mammoth calf, with traces of breast milk in her stomach, as if she had died yesterday. Despite having lived 41,000 years ago, her preservation was so astonishing that it revealed valuable details about mammoths. Only 1 month old when she passed away, Lyuba gave us a unique window into the past. On the outskirts of Bangkok, a pink tower rises that looks like something out of a fantasy story. Wat Samphan, better known as the Dragon Temple, a huge green and red dragon embraces its 17 floors, as if climbing its walls in search of wisdom. This Buddhist gem impresses not only with its height, but also with the symbolism hidden in every corner. On the beaches of Imperial Beach, the most adorable surfers don't walk, they bark. It's Surf Dog, a competition where 50 dogs take to the water to show off their talent on the waves. With life jackets, ears in the wind, and lots of attitude, these furry friends compete for style, balance, and charisma. More than a competition, it's a party of wet paws, happy tails, and human applause. In Taiwan, the Far Glory Water Park offers a magical experience: selfies with real mermaids. These incredible aquatic artists have mastered the art of freediving, remaining underwater for over a minute without breathing. The amazing thing is that they can keep their eyes open and smile while posing, displaying a skill that seems straight out of a fairy tale. Maru, the famous Scottish cat known as Mugumogu on YouTube, holds a Guinness World Record for the most views for an animal on the platform. By September 2016, this adorable 9-year-old feline, who has won the hearts of thousands for his love of getting into boxes, had racked up an impressive 3,257,045,066 views. Amaury Guichon, the master pastry chef renowned for his sculptural prowess, embarked on an incredible work of chocolate art, a sea turtle swimming alongside its young on an anemone. This detailed sculpture took him 4 days of intensive work and 60 pounds of chocolate. Leo Rogers, a cyclist who lost his left leg in an accident, continues to prove that nothing can stop his love for cycling. Despite adversity, he continues to ride his fixed-gear bike with impressive determination, pushing limits and displaying unique courage. His story inspires everyone, demonstrating how difficulties can be overcome with perseverance. In the middle of the Maldivian paradise lies the Muraka, the world's first underwater hotel. This futuristic gem allows you to sleep surrounded by fish and coral 5 meters underwater. It has 2 levels, 3 bedrooms, luxurious bathrooms, and an unforgettable aquatic view. Of course, spending the night there costs around $50,000. Sleeping in a luxury aquarium has never been so real. Imagine a soap that costs almost $2,800. It's called Qatar Royal Soap, and it's the most expensive in the world. This luxurious soap is made with ingredients like gold dust, virgin honey, and diamonds. But beware, only members of the Qatari nobility can enjoy it, as it's not for sale to the general public. With its exorbitant price, this soap becomes a true luxury treasure. In the Tonga archipelago, an underwater volcano gives life to an island every so often. The last time it emerged was in 2019, after 18 days of intense eruptions. The island that appeared measured about 328 feet wide by 1,312 feet long, a completely new expanse of land. This phenomenon is a natural wonder that attracts scientists and curious onlookers from around the world. The Ryan RE90 Racing Edition is the world's fastest electric scooter, with a top speed of 80 miles per hour, although it could reach up to 99 miles per hour. Despite its impressive speed, it stands out for being one of the lightest, thanks to its high-quality materials like aluminum and carbon fiber. Its rigid steering system offers a more precise and safer riding experience. allowing for agile maneuvers. Diamond Beach in Iceland is famous for its fascinating blocks of ice that rest on its shore, creating a surreal landscape. The ice fragments, shaped by the waves and volcanic sand, sparkle like jewels in the sun, offering a spectacular sight. The combination of transparent ice and black sand gives it a unique atmosphere that attracts tourists from all over the world. A peculiar challenge that has gained popularity is drinking a Coca-Cola underwater. When you open the bottle, the pressure causes a small bubble of soda to escape, but the majority remains trapped inside. The difficulty of this challenge lies in the struggle to control the flow of the liquid underwater. Those who attempt it must be careful, as the water pressure interferes with the drinking action. Nicholas Smith doesn't just draw, he draws to transform. His illustrations don't go unnoticed, as his strokes fight for equality and human rights. His tribute to George Floyd is just one of many that provoke reflection. In addition to creating, he gives a voice to young artists from forgotten communities, fighting for greater inclusion in the arts. Iceland has opted for a bold peace. It has no army. Instead of armed forces, its defense relies on a well-trained civilian force and alliances with other nations to ensure its security. Despite its strategic location in the North Atlantic, this island has managed to thrive without the weight of an army. The coati resembles a jungle thief with its natural mask and long tail as a sign of balance. Curious and agile, this cousin of the raccoon roams the jungles of the Americas in search of fruits and insects. Its elongated, mobile nose helps it sniff out every nook and cranny. It is a furry acrobat who climbs trees as if they were its playground. Chili Atoll is like a warm hug in a cup, ideal for lovers of spicy food. Originating in the regions of Oaxaca, Puebla, and Veracruz, it's an ancient elixir with a touch of corn and dried chilies, such as guajillo. Its thick texture and intense flavor make it a perfect drink for cool days. With a spicy twist on traditional atole, this dish embodies the richness of indigenous cuisine. In Oymyakon, Siberia, your breath freezes in seconds and your eyelashes frost over when you blink. This city is the coldest in the world, with records as low as negative 83.9 degrees Fahrenheit. There, cars are left running all day to avoid freezing to death. Living in Oymyakon is like living in a giant freezer, all winter long. Since 1914, the Model T Ford only came in black, not for style, but for speed. That paint dried so quickly that it sped up the entire production run. Henry Ford said, "You can have it in any color, as long as it's black." Efficiency had its own look. India is home to the largest school on the planet, City Montessori School, with over 55,000 students. It has 21 campuses, resembles an educational city, and offers classes from preschool to 12th grade. Founded in 1959, this mega school is like a small country full of desks. If all its students were gathered together, they would fill an entire stadium. The Bornean cat is like the ghost of the feline world, extremely rare and almost impossible to see. Between 1874 and 2002, only 12 of these elusive cats were documented. With its mysterious gaze and secretive life, it seems like something out of a jungle legend. Scientists seek it out like a living treasure, a feline so rare that almost no one has ever seen it in action. In Croatia, there is a truly unique museum called Froggyland, where more than 500 stuffed frogs come to life. These frogs aren't just motionless. They're arranged in scenes that show them playing tennis, performing acrobatics, or acting as circus performers. Imagine chickens with giant legs. Dong Tao, native to Vietnam, have limbs so large they can represent a fifth of their weight. With their robust appearance and red scales, these chickens are a rare luxury. Their meat sells in exclusive restaurants for up to $1,000. Raising them is no easy feat, making them a high-end delicacy. In Germany, Heidelberg Castle houses the world's largest wine barrel. This colossus, known as the Big Barrel, has an impressive capacity of 58,000 gallons. It measures 23 feet wide and 28 feet long and was built in 1751 with 130 oak trees. a true marvel of winemaking engineering. The Arapaima gigas, the giant of the Amazonian rivers, is a fish that inspires respect even in the most fearsome predators, such as piranhas. With its long, spindle-shaped body covered in robust scales, this aquatic colossus can grow up to 10 feet long. Its diet is fascinating. It uses powerful suction to catch its prey, sucking in the water and any fish that cross its path. Did you know that Portugal is the world's largest producer of cork? It produces 160,000 tons per year, representing 51% of the world's cork. This material is obtained by extracting the bark of the cork oak every 9 or 10 years, a process that takes place in summer when the tree is most active. Puma and Cheetos have teamed up to launch sneakers that are as bold as they are tasty. The Puma Hoops X Cheetos Scutceros. Inspired by the popular Flaming Hot Cheetos, these sneakers feature a burst of bright orange and red colors, with details including Scott's signature and the iconic Cheetos logo. The Italians' trick to enjoying pasta without worrying about gaining weight lies in how they cook it. By cooking it al dente, the starch is partially hydrated, slowing the absorption of nutrients. This process prevents blood glucose spikes and allows for more controlled digestion, promoting weight maintenance. In the city of Tianducheng, Zhejiang, stands an impressive replica of the Eiffel Tower, reaching 354 feet in height. This Chinese Eiffel Tower is just one part of an urban project that seeks to recreate the charm of Paris, with plazas, fountains, and buildings in the style of the French capital. Originally intended to be an exclusive destination, the tower has attracted tourists from all over the world. The kunai is a multifaceted tool of Japanese origin, which at first glance appears to be a simple knife with a wide blade and a short handle. Originally, it was used in agriculture and construction, aiding in tasks such as digging and lifting heavy objects. However, its practical and durable design made it popular among ninjas, who adapted it as a stealth weapon. Depending on the style, the kunai can have a straight or curved blade and is used for both stabbing and precise throwing. The Puerto Princesa Underground River, located on the island of Palawan in the Philippines, is a natural wonder that runs for over 5 miles inside a cave. Its crystal clear waters and incredible stalactite and stalagmite formations create a magical and unique landscape. This navigable river, which meanders through a limestone cave, offers visitors an unparalleled underground adventure experience. The white gloves worn by Disney characters are not just a fashion statement, but a creative solution from the early days of animation. At that time, when processes were laborious, white gloves and shoes helped the characters stand out against dark backgrounds and simplify details in drawings. It's easier to make gloves than fingers. On August 23rd, we celebrate International Hashtag Day, a tool that revolutionized social media. Although Twitter popularized its use in 2007, it wasn't the platform that invented it, but a user named Chris Messina who first introduced it with the hashtag #Barcamp. In his first tweet, Messina asked, "How do you feel about using # for groups with the hashtag Barcamp?" William James Sidis, considered the smartest man in history, possessed an IQ between 250 and 300, the highest ever recorded. A prodigious mind, he spoke nearly 40 languages and completed 7 university degrees. However, his personal life was an enigma, and although his intellect was unparalleled, his love life was anything but. The Codex Leicester, famously known as the most expensive book in the world, has a fascinating history. In 1717, the painter Leonardo da Vinci sold it to Thomas Coke, an English earl, who preserved it for generations. After more than 250 years in the hands of the Coke family, the manuscript was auctioned in 1994, reaching an incredible price of $30.8 million. Who put up that money? None other than Bill Gates. In South Africa, nature lovers can access the Wildcard a membership that allows unlimited access to national parks for a year. With this card, you can explore natural wonders, such as the famous Kruger National Park, without paying additional fees. With access to more than 80 protected areas in South Africa, Swaziland, and Eswatini, it's the ideal pass for adventurers. It costs around $200. At 57, Keanu Reeves proves there are no limits. He performs 90% of his own stunts in John Wick. Between martial arts and high-speed driving, he undergoes grueling training to maintain his level of skill. Every action scene is a testament to his dedication and skill. Masabumi Hosono, the only Japanese man aboard the Titanic, lived a nightmare after surviving the disaster. Instead of being hailed as a hero, he returned to Japan and was treated like a coward, rejected by his society. The pressure was so great that he was accused of dishonoring their honor. Imagine surviving a shipwreck and then being disowned for saving your life. The Cyanea capillata jellyfish, or lion's mane jellyfish, is the giant of the ocean. One specimen reached 120 feet in length, longer than a football field. Its umbrella is the size of a small room. Imagine encountering such a sea monster while swimming. It would be like swimming alongside a water dragon. In Deadpool, Wade Wilson's famous mistake of forgetting his weapons wasn't just a comedic touch, but also a reflection of production challenges. Ryan Reynolds, playing the character, left his suitcase behind in an unexpected twist during one of the most intense fights. Interestingly, this oversight was due to a $7 million budget cut that forced the removal of an action scene that was originally going to include those weapons. A rumor that has circulated for years is that Coca-Cola was originally green before turning brown, but this isn't true. The confusion likely came from the early green glass bottles, which made the drink appear that color. Since its creation, the Coca-Cola formula has always had the characteristic dark brown color we know today. Although it may seem incredible, seals and sea lions actually have claws. They're not just for show, they use them as a portable spa. They scratch, clean, and even remove unwanted guests from their bodies. These mini claws are key to their hygiene routine. Who would have thought these marine inhabitants had their own built-in grooming kit? Mount Roraima looks like it came from another planet. A huge stone table with edges so straight you might think someone carved it with a laser. It rises almost 9,840 feet on the border between Venezuela, Brazil, and Guyana, and is one of the oldest corners of the planet. Its mysterious peak even inspired the film Up. Switzerland, known for its neutrality, has taken extreme measures to protect itself against any potential threat. Buildings across the country are required to include underground shelters, and it is estimated that there are more than 300,000 of these spaces, making Switzerland the country with the most shelters per capita. In Dubai, an exclusive gold banknote, the 500 dirham has been launched, designed as a corporate souvenir. This banknote, made with 0.1 grams of pure 24-karat gold, is worth approximately $3. Interestingly, each banknote has a unique serial number, ensuring its authenticity. The superb lyrebird, known for its incredible ability to mimic sounds, is one of the most amazing birds in the world. This bird has the ability to reproduce any noise it hears, from a baby's cry to the sound of chainsaws and car alarms. Its ability to emulate these sounds is fascinating, but also a little disconcerting. It not only mimics natural sounds, but can also replicate human-made noises. The metallic stick insect, scientifically known as Acreoptera phallax, is one of Madagascar's most fascinating species. This unusual phasmid stands out for its bright blue color, combined with crimson wings tinged with gold. Its appearance allows it to blend perfectly into its natural environment. In fact, it is often confused with another similar species, A. manga, also native to the island. On November 23, 1942, New York City hosted the world premiere of Casablanca, directed by Michael Curtis and starring Humphrey Bogart and Ingrid Bergman. Although it had been completed 6 months earlier, the film was strategically released to coincide with the entry of U.S. forces into Africa during World War II. Casablanca has become a classic, addressing themes of love, sacrifice, and the struggle of refugees to escape conflict. The Koenigsegg Agera RS is a speed machine that has left its mark on the history of motorsport, achieving 5 world records. With only 25 units in circulation, it has set impressive records such as the fastest acceleration and the highest speed achieved on a public road. In a test, it accelerated from 0 to 400 kilometers per hour in an astonishing time of 26.88 seconds and came to a complete stop in 1,600 feet. Its record top speed of 270 miles per hour makes it the fastest production car on the planet, a true gem in the world of supercars. Cows have a reduced number of teeth with only 32 incisors in their lower jaw. Instead of upper teeth, they have a rough pad that helps them chew grass efficiently. This unique design is perfectly adapted to their herbivorous diet, allowing them to crush and tear plants with ease. Buenos Aires holds the title of the city with the most soccer stadiums in the world, with an impressive total of 18. If the stadiums in the metropolitan area are included, the number rises to 36. The passion for soccer in the city is so intense that each of these stadiums is full of stories and a deep connection with the local teams. After Albert Einstein's death, his eyes were given to his ophthalmologist, Henry Abram, as part of the autopsy. The decision to preserve them was controversial, as the scientist's family was not fully consulted. Abram, who died in 2009, kept the eyes in a safe deposit box, and they are believed to remain there today in a bank in the city. The Valley of Peace in Iraq holds the title of the largest and oldest cemetery in the world, with more than 14 centuries of history. Measuring 2.3 square miles, it houses approximately 6 million graves, with tombstones stretching to the horizon. This vast cemetery is so immense that it is almost impossible to encompass it all at once. The Painted Ladies, a colorful row of Victorian houses in San Francisco, are a cultural icon of the city. Built between 1892 and 1896, they survived the devastating 1906 earthquake and are today one of the most photographed places in the city. These houses, also known as the Seven Sisters, have appeared in more than 70 films and postcards, serving as a symbol of San Francisco's history and beauty. The Squarehead Library, or La Tête Carrée in Nice, is a stunning architectural work that fuses art and functionality. Standing 92 feet tall, it was initially designed as a sculpture of a human face, but due to financial difficulties, it was transformed into a giant cube. Created by artist Sasha Sosno and architects Francis Chapu and Yves Bayard, its unique design makes it a symbol of creativity that defies expectations. Olivier Rioux, originally from Canada, became the world's tallest young man at 18, measuring 7 feet 5 inches. His family, also tall, has adapted their home to accommodate taller people, although the door frames remain a challenge. Despite his impressive height, he follows the predictable path of many giants when it comes to basketball. In 2021, Olivier earned the Guinness World Record for the tallest teenager in the world, a feat that promises to make him the tallest basketball player in the league. The countries with the fastest internet connections in the world include the United Arab Emirates, South Korea, and Qatar, where browsing is an ultra-fast experience. In the Americas, only Canada makes the top 10, while Europe and Asia dominate the ranking. In Latin America, Uruguay stands out as the leader in connection speed, a fact that surprises many. Since 2005, India has led the world reading rankings with an average of 10 hours and 42 minutes per week. Following in this page-turning marathon are Thailand, China, and the Philippines, all Asian countries with a strong reading appetite. Egypt rounds out the top 5, proving that the passion for books transcends cultures and continents. The Minecraft movie is coming with a bang, $150 million just to create it. Promotion is still afoot, but it already promises to be a pixelated mega event. Adapting the best-selling video game in history is no easy task, but the excitement is sky high. Dubai wants to reach the moon, but without leaving Earth. It plans to build a $5 billion lunar-shaped resort. It will be 735 feet tall and recreate the experience of walking on our satellite. Luxury, science fiction, and architecture merge in this futuristic colossus. A lunar treat in the middle of the desert. In the heart of Dallas, a bronze stampede comes to life in Pioneer Square. 49 bulls and 3 cowboys immortalize the ranching exploits of old Texas. This giant monument is a trip back to the 19th century in the middle of a modern park. It's the largest bronze sculpture in the world, and it looks like it's about to run. In Madeira, Cristiano Ronaldo's homeland, there's a corner where his legend lives on in full color, the CR7 Museum. Trophies, jerseys, and memorabilia tell the story of how a child became a global icon. Screens and interactive spaces invite you to relive his goals and glories. It's a modern temple dedicated to the Portuguese soccer star. On the island of Java, one man decided to confront nature's oblivion. Sadaman, over 60 years old and with a giant heart, planted more than 11,000 trees where before there was only drought and ash. For 2 decades, he fought erosion, avalanches, in the silence of Mount Log. His feat brought water, life, and hope back to his community. Today, he is a symbol of green resilience, an inspiration to many, and a source of pride for his people. For his legacy, he was awarded 100 million rupees in the eternal respect of those who walk through his forest. In Africa, a company called Freetown Waste Management Recycle gives new life to old tires, turning them into building blocks for parks and public spaces. More than 60,000 tires have been recycled, while providing jobs to communities in need. It's an initiative that not only protects the environment, but also promotes social inclusion. The ghost shark, a deep-sea creature, lives more than 8,530 feet underwater in a dark and mysterious world. Although its name suggests it's a shark, it actually belongs to the Chimera family, distant relatives of sharks and rays. Its translucent skin and ghostly appearance make it an enigma to scientists. It lives in the oceans, except for the cold waters of Antarctica, and feeds on shrimp and mollusks. The mystery of the Königsberg bridges was the seed of graph theory. Euler demonstrated that it was impossible to cross all 7 of its bridges without repeating one. What seemed like a simple puzzle became a key foundation for mathematics. This challenge laid the groundwork for a theory that is now applied in fields such as social networks, maps, and logistics. The city of Königsberg, located on the Pregel River, with its Knipoff and Lomce Islands, was the scene of this discovery. In 2013, the skies over Chelyabinsk, Russia, were lit up by the explosion of a meteorite, which released the energy of 30 atomic bombs. The most surprising thing was that no one saw it coming, leaving the city vulnerable to damage and hundreds injured. This event reminded us how unpredictable and powerful the universe can be. The blue dragon, a brightly colored marine mollusk, has a unique strategy for survival. It feeds on poisonous jellyfish and uses their venom as a defense. Despite its appearance as a fantastical creature, it is a lethal predator in the depths of the ocean. It stores the venom of its prey and uses it to repel any threat. In 1952, Albert Einstein was surprisingly proposed as President of Israel, but he declined the honor, acknowledging that he lacked the necessary political skills. This act of humility showed that, despite being one of the most brilliant minds in the world, he knew how to recognize his limitations. In Okinawa, Japan, longevity is remarkable, with a ratio of 68 people over 100 years old per 100,000 inhabitants, much higher than in some areas of the United States. Their secret lies in a plant-based diet, an active lifestyle, and a strong sense of community. The elderly in this region remain actively involved in everyday life and maintain a positive attitude. The famous scene of Tom Cruise running alone through an empty Times Square in Vanilla Sky cost nearly $1 million due to the complexity of closing one of the busiest avenues in the world, even if it was only for a couple of hours. Obtaining the necessary permits and coordinating with New York City authorities was a logistical challenge. In addition, a highly trained technical team was needed to make the most of that short time. In handball, players use a special resin on the ball to achieve a firm and precise grip. This glue-like substance allows the ball to stay firmly in the hand, facilitating quick throws and passes. It also prevents the ball from slipping, even in high-speed situations or with sweaty hands. The pink banana, scientifically known as Musa belelutina, is a variety native to Southeast Asia. It is distinguished by its small size and bright pink color, which turns red as it ripens. Its milder flavor and delicate texture make it a special choice for lovers of exotic fruits. Radicchio is a deep purple-red Italian lettuce with white veins, known for its bitter flavor and crunchy texture. This vegetable, a member of the chicory family, is enjoyed in salads or cooked dishes. When roasted or sautéed, its bitterness is softened, offering a much more delicate flavor. The Luna moth, one of the wonders of North America, stands out for its bright lime green hue and long tails on its wings, which it uses to mislead its enemies. With a wingspan of up to 4.3 inches, it is one of the largest moths in the region. Their fascinating appearance and camouflage ability make them one of the most surprising species of local fauna. Imagine a tortilla that decided to get into shape, thicker, tastier, and ready to be filled with deliciousness. These are gorditas, a Mexican gem that can go on the griddle, in the frying pan, or straight to your heart. Crispy on the outside, soft on the inside, like a hug disguised as a snack. And the best part, each one can be a different surprise inside. And stung dogs have gone viral for their swollen snouts after failed encounters with bees, resembling living caricatures. Although they are generally harmless, you should keep an eye on them for allergies. However, their "I'll never smell flowers again" expression is already a social media classic. The world's most luxurious mask, created by Israeli jewelry brand Ivel, was made for a Chinese businessman and is valued at $1.5 million. It features 250 grams of 18-karat gold, 3,608 natural diamonds, and an N99 filter, all in a piece weighing 279 grams. High-level protection with red carpet shine. Stargazy pie is a traditional Cornish dish where sardines poke their heads, and sometimes tails, out of the crust as if gazing at the stars. Hidden beneath the pastry is a mixture of potatoes, bacon, eggs, and a creamy mustard sauce. A recipe as tasty as it is disturbing to look at. During the 2014 Rally Mexico, Thierry Neuville experienced a leak in his Hyundai's radiator just before the finish. With no coolant and the engine overheating, he and his co-driver improvised by pouring a Corona beer into the system. Surprisingly, it worked. They made it to the service station and finished third. An electric wheelchair with a very futuristic design that can safely climb stairs. Our BRO electric wheelchair goes up and down stairs and steps at the touch of a button, taking you to your destination safely and without any outside assistance. The Alieno Unum is a Bulgarian-made electric hypercar that looks like it came straight from the future. It has 24 electric motors and can reach up to 363 miles per hour. Plus, it incorporates air thrusters to improve performance and stability. It recharges with electricity, and it also breathes air as part of its system. Did Halle Berry know Adrian Brody was going to kiss her at the Oscars? Absolutely not. Years later, she revealed that she thought, "What the hell is going on?" According to her, that kiss wasn't planned and clearly took her by surprise. An underwater concert? That's Aquasonic, a mind-blowing show by the Danish band Between Music. The musicians submerge themselves in specially designed tanks to play handmade instruments and sing with unique microphone. They don't use scuba gear. They just come up to breathe between songs. Everything is designed to recreate real-life underwater conditions, right down to the temperature. In Gibraltar, planes and cars share the same road. The airport runway crosses a public road, and every time a plane takes off or lands, traffic stops like a passing train. In the off-season, the wait can be 10 minutes, but in the summer, it's better to be patient. Boxing and chess in one sport? It exists, and it's called boxing chess. This combat alternates between rounds of punches and blitz chess matches. You can win by knockout or checkmate, which makes it as mental as it is physical. It's played in a ring, with gloves, strategy, and a lot of concentration. That smell of wet earth we love so much? It's called geosmin, and it's produced by soil bacteria when it rains. Our sense of smell detects it even in minute quantities. It's like a natural signal that water's on the way. The pygmy seahorse measures less than an inch and is a master of camouflage. It lives in the corals of Southeast Asia, blending perfectly into its surroundings. Its tiny bumps make it nearly invisible among the gorgonians. It's one of the smallest fish in the world and lives in schools of up to 20, a rare marine gem. Parahawking is an incredible blend of paragliding and trained birds of prey. Participants fly alongside falcons or vultures, following their instinct to find updrafts. Birds lead the way in the sky, and humans follow. It's a flight experience guided by nature. The Xiaomi SU7 is the brand's first electric car, and it's arrived with a bang. It accelerates from 0 to 60 miles per hour in just 2.78 seconds, combining power and technology. Its battery offers up to 500 miles of range, ideal for long trips. It was introduced in 2021 and launched in 2024, a futuristic sedan that redefines mobility. Chris Kyle decided the ground wasn't enough for his BMX. In his project, Don't Look Down, he built a hanging skate park attached to a huge hot air balloon and soared 600 meters high. There in the sky, he performed breathtaking stunts while floating above the world. More than a sport, this was an act of art, madness, and courage, a feat that redefines what we thought was possible on two wheels. Meet Porter, the world's first driving dog. In New Zealand, a rescue organization demonstrated how amazing dogs can be by teaching 3 of them, including Porter, how to drive a car. These furry friends, rescued from abandonment and abuse, proved that in addition to being adorable, they are geniuses on wheels. In the film Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind, Clementine's hair isn't just a changing look, it's an emotional map. Each color marks a stage with Joel, from the green of fresh infatuation to the red of intense passion. Then comes orange, when things are fading, and blue, a symbol of what fades. Her hair is like a heart's stoplight. It tells us everything without saying anything. Sydney Sweeney can't hide her weakness for cheese, and we don't blame her in the least. Whether it's Gouda or Parmesan, the Everyone But You star melts with every bite. Her grown-up version of Lunchables is pure love with gourmet flair. With a board in hand and a smile from ear to ear, she shares her passion as if it were a dairy romance. The United States is facing a critical nursing shortage, so in a Chicago hospital, technology comes to the rescue. At Elmhurst Memorial Hospital, 2 robot nurses, approximately 5 feet tall, roam the hallways delivering medical supplies to staff. These robots are not only tireless, but operate 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, with only a short break to recharge their batteries. The Vasco E1 headphones at €389 are revolutionizing the way we communicate, translating up to 10 languages in real time. Thanks to their app, they convert voice into text or audio, making language barriers disappear instantly. Developed by the Spanish company Vasco, these devices use artificial intelligence to effortlessly translate conversations. Things as unusual as they are heartwarming happen in nature. A leopard adopting an orphan baboon. She cleaned it, cared for it and protected it as if it were her own cub. A predator turned adoptive mother, defying all logic. Because sometimes maternal instinct breaks all the rules of the jungle. Before going into space, astronauts train in the desert. Why? Because there they can simulate extreme conditions, practice with their suits, and test their tools in hostile terrain. It sounds crazy, but it's part of routine training for any mission. Forget Queen or the Stones. The biggest concert ever was given by a Frenchman with synthesizers. Jean-Michel Jarre brought together 3.5 million people in Moscow in 1997, making the city vibrate with electronic music. No guitars, no microphones, just beats and lights in a sea of people, a historic rave under the Russian sky. Square wheels? Yes, and I'm not kidding. The Shark Wheel Company designed electric mini cars with wheels that, although they look like something out of a crazy cartoon, glide better than round ones on various terrains. Rolling at angles has never been so smooth or so practical. A geometric revolution on wheels. On the island of Bahia, Brazil, a community has transformed aluminum cans into original sound costumes. On Madre de Deus, more than 30 participants paraded through the streets in costumes called Piero, made from 1,600 beer and soda cans. These costumes are not only visually striking, but also make sounds as they move, creating a unique experience. Speed cubing prodigy Max Park has achieved an impressive world record by solving a 3x3x3 Rubik's Cube in just 3.13 seconds. The 21-year-old American broke the previous record of 3.47 seconds, set in 2018 by Chinese cubist Yu Xendo. The Chinese internet is buzzing about a sculpture called The Kiss in the Sky in Wulong, Chongqing. Some people are mocking its unusual shape, while others are eager to climb it. Interestingly, the sculpture is inspired by an ancient Chinese legend that tells the love story of a prince and a fairy. And the best part? Tourists can actually climb to the top of the sculpture. It stands more than 164 feet above the ground and is located on a mountain over 3,900 feet high. In 1997, IBM's Deep Blue supercomputer defeated world chess champion Garry Kasparov in a series of chess matches. It was the first time a computer had defeated a world champion in a full game, marking a significant milestone in the development of artificial intelligence. Casa Batlló is a famous modernist building in Barcelona, Spain, designed by architect Antoni Gaudí and known for its surreal and colorful facade. The design is said to be inspired by nature and features shapes that evoke the bone anatomy and skin texture of a dragon. The Ili pica is a tiny mammal discovered in the Tian Shan Mountains of China in 1983, which has become one of the rarest and critically endangered species. Although it resembles a rabbit, it is much smaller and has short ears. Its unique appearance and difficult access make it a true enigma of nature. Jai Alai, originally from the Basque Country, is the sport that uses the fastest ball in the world. This ball, known as a basketball, can reach speeds of up to 186 miles per hour, surpassing the speed of many other balls in traditional sports. A true madness of speed and skill. The artworks of Adrian M. and Claire B. combine augmented reality with physical elements to create immersive and interactive experiences. Their work fuses real-time animations with fluid movements, transforming the perception of space into striking visual illusions. They use devices such as tablets and smartphones to superimpose digital layers over real objects, bringing to life geometric shapes, dynamic fluids, and dreamlike figures that respond to the viewer's movement. The NeoGamma is the next-generation humanoid robot created by the Norwegian company Onyx Technologies, designed to assist with household chores and provide companionship. With its friendly appearance, covered by a knitted suit that conceals its metallic structure, It stands out for its fluid movements that mimic human gait. Songkran is the Thai water festival that marks the Buddhist New Year. During this festival, people throw water at each other in the streets as a symbol of purification and renewal. It is one of the largest and most colorful festivals in Thailand. Sid Meier's Civilization 7 VR is the first version of the popular virtual reality strategy series, developed by Playside Studios and published by 2K. Exclusive to MetaQuest 3 and 13S, this title will offer an immersive experience in which players can manage civilizations from a virtual command table as if it were an interactive board game. Stephen Wiltshire, a British artist with autism and an impressive photographic memory, is able to draw entire cities from memory. Isolated with headphones while listening to music from the 70s and 80s, he has been recreating, in public, the enormous Mexico City that he captured during a brief flyover of less than half an hour. Brian Shaw, born on February 26, 1982, is an American strongman noted for his incredible strength and 4 World's Strongest Man titles. Standing 6 feet 11 inches tall and weighing over 400 pounds, he has made his mark in extreme competitions such as the Atlas Stone Lift and the nearly 1,100 pounds deadlift, becoming one of the most dominant athletes in the history of the sport. During 25 days of intense craftsmanship, a talented sculptor hand-carved an incredible Venom figure using mahogany, one of the most elegant and durable woods. With the help of his brother, they sped up the process and managed to capture every muscular and sinister detail of the character with surprising precision. The result is a stunning statue that seems to emerge alive from the wood itself, fusing geeky artistry and carpentry mastery. Discover Jesse Garcia's hyper-realistic spider tattoos, so detailed they appear to be popping out of the skin. Through expert shading and contrast, each design comes to life with a stunning 3-dimensional effect. From the texture of the exoskeleton to the finest legs, Jesse captures the essence of each species with surgical precision. Sony surprised the world with an electric flying vehicle concept that looks like something out of a science fiction movie. Capable of taking off and landing vertically, it can carry up to 4 people at speeds approaching 150 miles per hour. Its compact and lightweight design is made to conquer city skies. And best of all, it's 100% electric, with a range of 250 miles, perfect for flying without polluting. 3-player chess takes strategy to the next level, turning each game into a game of wits, fleeting alliances, and unexpected betrayals. On a hexagonal or circular board, 3 armies face off in a mental dance, where attacking can be as dangerous as standing still. Every move must consider not 1, but 2 possible counterattacks. Here more than ever, patience and cunning are the best pieces on the board. Glass blowing is like magic turned into art. An incandescent mass is transformed through pure breath into delicate pieces full of brilliance and personality. With just a metal tube and a steady hand, artisans bring to life glasses, bottles, and figurines that seem frozen in time. Every imperfect bubble or curve is a signature of human fire and skill. Father and son Luke and Mike Bell broke records by creating the world's fastest quadcopter drone, the Peregrine 2. After months of testing and fine-tuning, this drone reached an impressive speed of 298 miles per hour, surpassing the previous title holder. The feat, achieved on April 21st, was not easy. As Luke explains, there were many challenges, including the risk of the drone catching fire before takeoff. The Australian gecko is a true master of desert adaptation. Its hydrophobic skin repels water, preventing moisture from staying on its body, allowing it to survive in arid climates without losing vital water. Thanks to specialized microstructures in its skin, such as the lotus effect, it protects itself from condensation in extreme temperatures. Blind sprinters competing in the Paralympic Games are accompanied by a guide who plays a crucial role in their performance. The guide runs alongside the athlete, keeping them in the correct lane and helping them avoid obstacles. Both are connected by a short tether, allowing for constant and precise communication. This collaboration is essential to ensuring the athlete's safety and success. There's a storm simulator that allows you to experience winds of up to 103 miles per hour, equivalent to a Category 2 hurricane. This device, used for educational and research purposes, offers an immersive experience that helps people understand the destructive force of extreme weather events. It's also a valuable tool for training emergency teams and raising awareness about the importance of disaster preparedness. A restaurant in Miami, Florida, uses a robot to serve its guests. Astro is a robot that assists the servers at Sergio's, a well-known restaurant in the city. Its tasks include bringing food to the tables and facilitating service, improving the efficiency of the servers, and even wishing diners happy birthday. Mehran Karimi Nasseri, an Iranian refugee, spent 18 years living in Terminal 1 of Charles de Gaulle Airport in Paris. Although life at the airport was not comfortable, he found food, safety, and heating, which gave him more stability than other options. Over time, he fully adapted to life between the gates, and airport staff even helped him clean his clothes. His extraordinary story was the inspiration for the film The Terminal. The golden lion tamarin, a tiny primate from Brazil, is notable for its golden mane, resembling a lion's. It measures between 12 and 16 inches in length, not including its tail, and boasts resplendent fur. However, its beauty is threatened by the destruction of its natural habitat, putting it on the brink of extinction. The urgent conservation of their environment is essential to ensure the survival of this unique species. Andrew Dahl, a young man with surprising talent, set a world record by inflating 27 balloons using only his nose in 3 minutes. Although the record now stands at 28 balloons, his original feat remains memorable for its originality and skill. This quirky and astonishing achievement highlights the creativity and unique skills that can put someone in the record books. In Japan, there is a sweet that seems out of this world: mochi. It is created by pounding glutinous rice into a traditional, elastic, and sparkling mass. Expert hands then transform it into soft balls that hide surprising fillings. Although its peak time is New Year's, it sneaks into many celebrations, always leaving a lasting impression on the palate. The friendship between Walt Disney and Ubworks was strained by the growing popularity of Mickey Mouse, a character created by iWorks, although Disney took credit for it. In 1928, it was Ub who designed Mickey Mouse and animated his first film, but public recognition went almost entirely to Disney. This unequal recognition sowed tension between the two, who were once great friends and partners. On the Chinese space station Tiangong, astronauts aren't the only ones floating around. They're also vegetables. They've already managed to harvest lettuce, cherry tomatoes, and green onions using only water and nutrients without soil. A space garden in orbit, paving the way for living and eating in space. The salad of the future is grown among the stars. Shrimp can sneeze. Although it sounds like a joke, they do it to expel impurities or clear their gill cavities. It's not an achha like ours, but the movement is quite similar. In Japan, Christmas smells like fried chicken. Since the 1970s, KFC became a Christmas tradition thanks to a campaign that won over palates. Today, entire families reserve their buckets weeks in advance. The festive combo: chicken, cake, and champagne. A Kentucky Derby Christmas. Who would win in a race between a Formula One car, a GP motorcycle, and a rally car? The answer depends on the terrain. On a pure speed circuit, the F1 car is the favorite, with its incredible speed. But on uneven or mixed terrain, the rally car takes advantage thanks to its agility and endurance. Ultimately, the race would be a battle where the type of track decides the champion. The Queen's Gambit series had a surprising impact on the world of chess, generating a notable increase in sales of chessboards and books about the game. In some markets, such as the United States, sales of chess sets grew by as much as 87%, while chess books saw an impressive increase of 603%. In Thailand, the Lantern Festival, or Yi Peng, is a breathtaking spectacle that takes place in Chiang Mai. This event, which marks the end of the rainy season and the beginning of winter, is celebrated during the full moon in November, according to the Thai calendar. The night is filled with floating lanterns, creating a magical atmosphere. Did you know that the first recorded serial killer was Gilles de Rais, a 15th century French nobleman? Although he was a companion of Joan of Arc, his dark legacy portrays him as a monster who kidnapped and murdered children. His horrendous crimes, mostly motivated by dark rituals, shake medieval history and mark the beginning of stories about serial killers. What is the most streamed song in history? Blinding Lights by The Weeknd, released in 2019, has broken records with more than 4 billion streams. It has even surpassed Shape of You on several platforms. In the rainforest of Borneo, some orphaned orangutans face a very tropical challenge: cracking open coconuts. As their human caretakers show them the trick, they watch, imitate, and strive. With each hit, they get closer to the delicious prize. Learning through play with a coconut flavor. In a cave on Sulawesi Island, Indonesia, lies a gem from the past, a wild pig painted 45,500 years ago. It's the oldest known figurative work and was found alongside human figures. More than a drawing, it's a window to the origins of art in the symbolic mind. Our ancestors were already artists. In the Shilin region of China, trees don't grow, but stones. This forest is made up of giant rocks that look like trunks and branches, sculpted by erosion over millions of years. Its fantastical appearance makes it the setting for legends and movies. Walking through it is like entering another world. Did you know that elephants are excellent swimmers? This ability allows them to cross rivers and lakes in their natural habitat. Despite their large size, they are able to stay afloat thanks to their dense body and a trunk that functions like a snorkel, allowing them to breathe while swimming. Elephants use their legs similarly to the oars of a boat, moving them in a wide range of motion to propel themselves through the water. Fireworks bulls are a tradition at various festivals, especially in Spain and Latin America. These bull-shaped figures, made of metal or reed structures, are filled with fireworks and pyrotechnic materials. During the celebrations, they are lit, producing a spectacle of lights, sparks, and explosions as the structure advances toward the public or travels through the streets. The oarfish is an incredibly long, slender marine fish, famous for its impressive size and serpentine body. It can reach up to 36 feet in length, making it one of the longest bony fish on the planet. Its flexible body, covered in small scales, and its dorsal fin that runs the length of its body allow it to move with an elegant undulation. It lives in deep waters, especially in tropical and subtropical oceans. The black-horned bat is a majestic, large bird famous for its impressive beak, which is large, curved, and has a helmet-like structure on top, known as a tubercle. Native to the tropical forests of Southeast Asia, its plumage is primarily black with a white patch on the wings, and its bare face stands out in a vibrant red color. The Honduran white bat looks like a magical creature. With its completely white fur and yellow ears and nose, it hides in the jungles of Central America. Although only a few centimeters long, it is a true natural architect, building shelters by rolling up heliconia leaves like tents. It lives in small colonies and feeds primarily on fruit, spending its days hidden among dense vegetation like a small tropical ghost. The so-called hot ice seems like something out of a magic potion. It's a sodium acetate solution that, after being supercooled, remains liquid until a simple touch triggers a surprising reaction. Upon contact with a crystal or imperfection, it solidifies in seconds, forming crystalline structures while releasing a wave of heat. Sergei Cadenas' works are like a visual puzzle that comes to life with every turn. His kinetic technique transforms simple portraits into a dynamic experience, changing shape depending on the angle from which you view them. With raised vertical brush strokes and layers of paint, he fuses realism with a futuristic touch, creating images of faces that appear to be in constant motion. The core power ocean. C4 is like the heartbeat of the ocean converted into energy. Harnessing the power of waves, it efficiently converts marine motion into electricity with zero environmental impact. Its compact and rugged design allows it to withstand harsh ocean conditions, generating up to 1 megawatt of power. By producing no emissions and respecting marine ecosystems, it is positioned as a sustainable and cost-effective long-term option for generating clean energy. The world record for the longest domino wall is 169.6 feet. This was set in Taylor, Michigan on April 2nd, 2022. Planning for this challenge took over a month, and construction of the wall took 6 days. Despite some bumps and falling pieces, the wall held up, and the team managed to complete the feat without a single domino accidentally falling. Red Bull Paper Wings is a competition that takes paper airplane flying to the next level, challenging participants from around the world to fly their creations as far as possible, keep them in the air, or perform amazing stunts. With events in various cities, this competition tests aerodynamic skills and precision, especially in the freestyle category, where only a standard sheet of paper is allowed to create the airplane. Kim Kardashian takes her perfectionism to the next level, even in her driver's license photo. To make her look perfect, she brought in her professional makeup team to make sure everything was just right, from contouring to lighting. She scrutinized every detail, carefully, meticulously aligning the angle and facial expression as if she were in a photo shoot. China discovered a true energy treasure hidden in Inner Mongolia, a colossal thorium deposit. This mineral, more abundant and efficient than uranium, could power nuclear reactors for 60,000 years. With nearly 1 million tons underground, the discovery promises to revolutionize the country's energy future. In 2023, Burma suffered a devastating 7.7 magnitude earthquake that devastated Mandalay, a city famous for its exquisite gold plating. With more than 2,000 lives lost, the impact was brutal, not only due to the human tragedy, but also due to the irreparable cultural damage. Recovery is arduous and slow, further complicated by the political crisis plaguing the country. The Tower of Life, soon to be built in Dakar, will be a marvel of sustainable architecture. With a 3D printed clay facade, it will blend harmoniously with its surroundings, housing a native forest within. Inspired by the aerial roots of the towering baobab trees, this tower will be a gem of biomimicry. I bet you didn't know that some sea slugs decapitate themselves to survive. Yes, they literally cut off their own heads when they get sick, and then regenerate their entire bodies. Incredible self-healing ability. In the heart of Ukraine, the Tunnel of Love is a natural paradise where romance blossoms. This magical railway passageway is covered by a canopy of trees that, over time, have intertwined to form a green tunnel. Known as a romantic destination, it's where couples find a special connection surrounded by beauty. In the 1960s, McDonald's tried to innovate with a hamburger called the Hula Burger, which featured grilled pineapple and cheese. In aquariums, feeding manta rays requires a special process. To prevent other fish from stealing food, a tube or hose is used to deliver food directly to the bottom of the tank. Additionally, the staff trains the rays to approach a specific spot during feeding time, making feeding easier and ensuring each one receives its fair share. Do you know Carnix? It's a wind instrument so terrifying that it was used by the Celts in the Iron Age to instill fear on the battlefield. Made of bronze and with a boar's head at the end, this instrument was played during wars and religious rituals. In 1993, archaeologists and musicologists managed to restore one of these instruments, and its terrifying sound could finally be heard again. The orange clothing worn by prisoners is not only a matter of style, but also of functionality and safety. The color orange is selected because it is highly visible, facilitating supervision in prisons. This hue also symbolizes the distinction between inmates and other groups, highlighting their legal status. Beyoncé's song Irreplaceable, which we all know for its famous to the left, was actually originally written for country singer Shania Twain. But since Twain decided not to record it, Beyoncé included it on her album B-Day, and it ended up becoming a worldwide hit, a decision that changed the history of pop. Meryl Streep is the undisputed queen of Oscar nominations, with an impressive record of 21 nominations. Although her number of statuettes isn't as high as her nominations, she has taken home 3 awards. Meerkats are social creatures that live in groups called clans, where they work together to hunt, raise their young, and stay safe from predators. While the others forage for food, one of them stands watch from a high position, acting as the group's guard. Every year, Cooper's Hill, Gloucestershire, hosts the famous Cheese Rolling Festival. Participants race downhill to reach a round Gloucester cheese as it rolls down the hill. The first to reach the finish takes the cheese as a prize. The 1886 Benz patent motor wagon number 3, built by Carl Benz, is the oldest automobile still in working order. This 3-wheeled vehicle is considered the world's first gasoline-powered car. It's currently on display at the Mercedes-Benz Museum in Germany, a key piece of automotive history. A true pioneer of the automotive industry, Arctic foxes are perfectly adapted to extreme cold thanks to their thick coat of fur, which keeps them warm in the frigid Arctic climates. Plus, their furry paws function like snow boots, allowing them to walk on the snow without sinking. The Stein Winter Supercargo 2040 truck looks more like a futuristic beast than a simple transport, designed to move gigantic loads like airplanes or industrial machinery. It combines brute strength with surprising maneuverability. Its hydraulic system allows it to lift tons with ease, while its robust chassis guarantees stability even during complicated maneuvers. Dinotomic pushes art to the limits, creating stunning works using gunpowder and fire as paintbrushes. With almost magical precision, he burns surfaces to bring to life fantastical portraits and figures that seem to rise from the ashes. His technique, as risky as it is fascinating, transforms the chaos of fire into controlled beauty. The mangosteen, nicknamed the Queen of Fruits, is a tropical treasure with a purple rind, hiding a juicy white flesh with a unique flavor. Its blend of sweetness and acidity makes it irresistibly refreshing, like a hug between citrus and exoticism. Beyond its taste, it's a bombshell of vitamin C and antioxidants, ideal for taking care of your body. The Red Bull F1 drone is a technological gem that brings the speed and design of Formula One to the air. With an ultralight yet strong structure and an advanced propulsion system, this drone not only flies fast but handles with astonishing precision. Equipped with high-resolution cameras, it offers a first-person experience, immersing drivers and spectators in the action. The Victoria water lily is an aquatic wonder straight out of a fairy tale, with floating leaves that can reach up to 3 meters in diameter and withstand the weight of a person. Native to the rivers of South America, especially the Amazon, it has a unique structure that distributes weight thanks to its veins. Its large, ephemeral flowers open at night, brilliant white, filling the air with a sweet scent to attract pollinating beetles. The transparent saltfish is an amazing ocean dweller whose almost invisible body allows it to blend in with its surroundings and escape predators. It lives in temperate and tropical waters around the world, moving with a curious jet propulsion system where it absorbs and expels water. Despite its jellyfish-like appearance, it is actually a tunicate, a type of animal closer to vertebrates. Black sapote, native to Central America and the Caribbean, is a tropical fruit that captivates with its creamy, smooth, dark brown to black flesh. Its thick skin, reddish-brown or black when ripe, hides a sweet flavor with hints of chocolate and vanilla, making it a perfect ingredient for desserts and smoothies. With a pudding-like texture, this fruit is rich in fiber and nutrients. The female octopus can lay up to 500,000 eggs and becomes the ocean's most dedicated guardian. She doesn't eat, doesn't move much, and simply protects her future offspring with total devotion. When they hatch, the tiny octopuses ascend like brave explorers of the sea, a truly epic underwater motherhood. The first official Marvel film was Howard the Duck in 1986, although earlier, in 1944, Timely Comics, which would later become Marvel, had released a Captain America film. This little-remembered 1944 film marked Marvel's first steps into cinema. Curiously, in Avengers Endgame, Howard the Duck makes a brief appearance during the epic final battle as a tribute to its cinematic roots. The Parasitus colossus, a primitive whale from the Eocene discovered in Peru, was the largest creature to inhabit the seas. With an estimated weight between 85 and 340 tons, it even surpassed the blue whale. Its dense bones suggest this marine colossus may have been even larger than its modern successor. Hinduism, the world's oldest religion, has over 4,000 years of history and originated in India. Its teachings are based on the Vedas, and it is deeply focused on spirituality. Concepts such as karma, reincarnation, and meditation are not only part of Hinduism, but have impacted many other religions throughout time. The most crucial animal on the planet? The humble bee. With every buzz, it ensures the life of fruits, vegetables, and flowers. Without it, many ecosystems would collapse. It's small, yes, but it holds the world with its wings. The Fengdu Hell Gate is a peculiar tourist attraction in China, a theme park that represents hell in Chinese mythology. It's filled with statues and representations of demons and lost souls, and it's said that souls must pass through here to reach the afterlife. The Danakil Desert in Ethiopia looks like something out of another planet. With boiling lava lakes, intensely colored hot springs, and unique geological formations, it's one of the most extreme and inhospitable places on Earth. Despite its danger, its surreal beauty attracts the most adventurous, a true natural spectacle. Orangutans are the largest primates in the world and spend almost their entire lives among tree branches. The most incredible thing is that they use tools. They can use branches to catch food and even large leaves as improvised umbrellas when it rains. The first film to use color technology was Walt Disney's Flowers and Trees in 1932, marking a milestone in cinematic history. To achieve this, a process called Technicolor was used, which required special lenses and 3 strips of film. Australian tennis player Samuel Groth holds the Guinness World Record for the fastest serve in tennis history, reaching a speed of 163.4 miles per hour in 2012 during a tournament in Busan, South Korea. The Polo Ralph Lauren logo, featuring a polo player riding a horse, was inspired by Ralph Lauren's love of the sport. The polo shirt has become a symbol of luxury and classic style associated with the brand. On February 8, 2020, the world's largest aerial firework was launched in Steamboat Springs, Colorado, a 375-pound projectile that rose to 2,201 feet before exploding in a red glow. This dazzling spectacle Part of the Winter Carnival was witnessed by thousands of people and officially recorded by Guinness World Records, marking an unprecedented milestone in the history of pyrotechnics. Originally from Guadalajara, Jalisco, tortas ahogadas are a street delicacy that combines a crispy bolillo filled with carnitas with a total immersion in a spicy chile de árbol sauce. This dish, as tasty as it is challenging for spicy food lovers, is accompanied by pickled red onion and radishes, becoming an explosion of flavor that proudly represents the essence of Guadalajara. Surgical AR looks like something out of a futuristic movie, but it's already revolutionizing operating rooms with augmented reality. It projects 3D models of the human body in real time, merging scans such as CT scans with the precision of a digital surgeon. This tool allows the invisible to be seen, guiding the doctor's hands with millimeter accuracy. The bubble snail seems like something out of this world. With its gelatinous body and a shell as fragile as a soap bubble, it doesn't rely much on its own defenses. Instead, it relies on its slippery secretions and agility to survive on the sandy seabed. It glides in search of algae and microlife, leading a brief but curiously efficient existence. And when it's time to reproduce, it releases its eggs into the water, as if sowing tiny marine promises. A 63-year-old Mexican woman experienced an incredible story of deception, believing she was in love with Enrique Iglesias for 2 years through social media. The virtual relationship led her to send money and, surprisingly, leave her husband. The truth came to light when they discovered that the supposed singer was, in fact, a con artist from Nigeria. Enrique Iglesias, upon learning of the fraud, warned his followers about these deceptions. The East reactor reached an astonishing record of 100 million degrees Celsius, 5 times the temperature of the sun's core, by achieving nuclear fusion. This breakthrough allows for the generation of clean energy using deuterium extracted from seawater, an abundant resource. Surprisingly, just 1 liter of seawater produces the energy equivalent of 79 gallons of oil. Val Kilmer, remembered for his iconic roles in Top Gun and Batman Forever, passed away at the age of 65 due to pneumonia. For years, he had been battling throat cancer, which affected his voice and forced him to use a laryngotomy device. In Top Gun, Maverick, his iconic character, Iceman, returned thanks to a digital version of his original voice. Artificial clouds are now a reality, and no, they're not something out of a science fiction movie. This technology, designed to combat climate change, releases particles that reflect sunlight, thus cooling the planet. It's like putting sunglasses on the world, blocking out some of the heat, a climate hack with a serious purpose: protecting our future. Buying an apartment in Hong Kong is practically impossible for most. The price per square foot can exceed $3,720. A 269 square foot apartment can cost $1 million. The wait for public housing can take up to 6 years. Real estate madness. Hurricanes have a unique spin depending on the hemisphere they are in. In the north, they spin counterclockwise, and in the south, clockwise. This phenomenon is explained by the Coriolis effect, a force generated by the Earth's rotation. When air masses move, the planet's rotation deflects them in different directions. Can you imagine spending 18 hours in the air? The longest flight in the world is offered by Singapore Airlines, connecting Singapore with New York. With an impressive distance of 9,500 miles, this direct flight becomes a true aerial odyssey. Although it may seem exhausting, passengers enjoy breathtaking views and luxury service throughout the entire journey, crossing almost the entire northern hemisphere. The world's longest-running anime isn't about action or magic, but about an ordinary family, Sazai-san. Since 1969, it has aired over 8,100 episodes and is still airing. In Japan, it's a Sunday tradition, an anime record that seems eternal, the strongest glue on the planet. Epoxy, a chemical duo that, when mixed, becomes unstoppable. It sticks metal, ceramic, wood, whatever you throw at it. It's like the Hulk turning into a chemical and getting into a tube. The pufferfish is like a living balloon with ninja instincts. When it gets scared, it inflates like a football. This way, it manages to confuse its enemies, making itself look enormous and not at all tasty. An inflated but effective defense. Gruyere is a charming Swiss town famous for its namesake cheese, Gruyere. This cheese originated here and has been produced for 800 years. In addition to its delicious food, Gruyere boasts well-preserved medieval architecture, including its 13th century castle, which attracts tourists from all over the world. Chefchaouen, Morocco, is famous for its blue and white painted streets, which have earned it the name the Blue City. According to tradition, it was the Jews who lived there during Spanish rule who first began painting them this way. Blue symbolized the sky and reminded them of God's presence. Byberry, England, looks like something out of a fairy tale, with its limestone houses and thatched roofs. This charming village is home to Arlington Row, a row of 14th century houses that is one of the most photographed in the world. Today it belongs to the National Trust, which protects the country's historical treasures. The first car to offer airbags as standard equipment was the 1973 Oldsmobile Toronado. This advancement in automotive safety helped save countless lives by reducing the risk of injury in car accidents. In addition to being an iconic actress of Hollywood's golden age, Hedy Lamarr was also a notable inventor. Along with composer George Antheil, she developed frequency hopping technology that would later be used in wireless communications, including Wi-Fi and Bluetooth. The Chapel of Bones in Évora, Portugal, is a macabre and fascinating work built in the 16th century. What makes it truly unique is its decoration, which is almost entirely covered in human bones. It is estimated that the remains of some 5,000 monks were used to adorn its walls and ceilings, creating a striking and somewhat eerie atmosphere. Mount Kailash in Tibet is an enigma that has never been conquered. Despite its imposing height, no one is allowed to climb it, as it is considered sacred by several religions. Instead of climbing it, pilgrims must walk around it as an act of respect and devotion. Hallstatt, in Austria, is a picturesque alpine village that was replicated in China. The replica, built near the city of Huizhou, is almost identical to the original and has become a tourist attraction in China. The molcajete is a traditional Mexican utensil, ideal for grinding and mixing ingredients in the kitchen. Made of volcanic rock, its porous texture allows for crushing chilies, spices, and herbs, enhancing their flavors. Round in shape with 3 short legs, it is used alongside a tegelote made of the same material to grind food. Its rough surface is perfect for creating sauces with a unique texture, but before using it for the first time, it must be cured to remove stone residue. Tepache is a traditional Mexican fermented and refreshing drink made primarily from pineapple, although it can also contain ingredients such as cinnamon and piloncillo. Its preparation begins by cooking the pineapple peel with piloncillo, which gives it a sweet and aromatic flavor. The mixture is then left to ferment for a few days, resulting in a slightly alcoholic and bubbly drink with a sweet and sour note. Hobby horsing, which emerged in Finland, transforms traditional horsemanship into a show without real horses, where young riders gallop on stick horses, executing jumps and choreographies with surprising precision. This unusual discipline not only improves physical fitness and coordination, but also celebrates creativity and a passion for horses in a playful and competitive way. The nematomorph worm looks like something out of a science fiction movie. Thin and long like a living thread, it lodges itself in insects like crickets and beetles, which it manipulates into jumping into the water. The reason, once the insect falls into the water, the worm emerges to continue its life cycle in an aquatic environment. Did you know that in 1977, a radio telescope captured a signal from space that lasted 72 seconds and was never repeated? They called it the wow signal because the scientists wrote that in the margin. To this day, no one knows what it was. Aliens saying hello? Maybe. Have you heard of the Illuminati? They were a secret society founded in 1776 by Adam Weishaupt, based in Bavaria. Their goal was to fight organized religion and the monarchy. They were banned in 1785, but since then, their legend has grown like a shadow over history. Paint a ceiling and earn $500,000? Michelangelo did it in 1512 with the Sistine Chapel. They paid her 3,000 ducats, which would be about $500,000 today. Not bad for years spent gazing upward with a paintbrush. Heavenly art with earthly pay. The Chirimoya, native to the Peruvian Andes and the Ecuadorian mountains, has a history dating back to the Incas, who worshipped it. Even Christopher Columbus valued it during his explorations. Its rough green skin hides a creamy white flesh with a flavor that combines pineapple. As Queen Consort of France during the French Revolution, Marie Antoinette is known for her famous phrase, "Let them eat cake," in response to news that the poor had no bread to eat. Her luxurious lifestyle and supposed indifference to the plight of the French people made her a symbol of monarchical decline. Liechtenstein is one of the few completely landlocked countries in the world, and the curious thing is that it's doubly landlocked. This means that not only does it have no access to the sea, but it also shares no maritime or land borders with countries that have coasts. A country locked in the heart of Europe, far from any ocean. The elephant mosquito, with its imposing size and bright colors, looks like something out of a tropical parade. But it's a silent hero. Unlike its pesky relatives, it doesn't bite or transmit diseases. It prefers to feast on the larvae of other mosquitoes. Its presence in nature is like having an air patrolman who keeps us balanced without even tickling us. Who was the first person to climb Mount Everest? On May 29, 1953, Edmund Hillary of New Zealand and Tenzing Norgay, a Nepalese Sherpa, accomplished the feat. Since then, more than 300 people have lost their lives attempting to reach the summit, facing avalanches, extreme cold, and the dreaded death zone at over 26,247 feet above sea level. In 1966, Yves Saint Laurent challenged gender norms by introducing the tuxedo for women in his ready-to-wear collection. This bold and androgynous piece became a symbol of feminine power and elegance. Cambodia is known for its famed Angkor Temple complex, including the iconic Angkor Wat. This area contains the largest concentration of religious temples in the world and is a major tourist and cultural destination. What was the first animal to go into space? Laika, a Soviet dog, was the first living being to orbit the Earth aboard Sputnik 2 on November 3, 1957. Although her mission marked a turning point in the space race, Laika did not survive the journey, as there was no technology to bring her back. The navel, that small scar we all have, is the vestige of the umbilical cord, the vital link that connected the baby to the mother during pregnancy. Through this cord, the fetus received oxygen and nutrients to grow, until at birth, it is cut and withered, leaving behind that unique mark. Although it no longer serves a purpose once born, the navel remains a reminder of the prenatal bond in connection with the mother. In Japan, moving companies are so organized that they pack, transport, and, if desired, unpack and organize your belongings in your new home. This service demonstrates how efficiency and attention to detail can transform a stressful experience into a hassle-free process. Moving companies offer a service filled with kindness, taking care of every meticulous detail. Zermatt, a charming town surrounded by impressive mountains, is nestled in the Swiss canton of Visp. From its viewing platforms, tourists can admire the majestic Matterhorn in all its splendor. Zermatt's unique feature is that it is free of motorized vehicles, making it a peaceful, noise-free retreat, a perfect place to unwind and enjoy nature at its finest. In 2020, Megahouse launched a miniature version of the Rubik's Cube, measuring just 0.39 by 0.39 inches and weighing only 0.07 ounces to celebrate its 40th anniversary. This tiny cube is a masterpiece of precision, notable for its minuscule size and detailed workmanship. Despite its small size, it maintains the essence of the classic Rubik's Cube, making it a unique collector's item. Discover the impressive Rainbow Mountains, also known as Vinicunca, located in the Peruvian Andes at over 16,404 feet above sea level. Their colorful slopes, ranging from red to green and blue, are the result of the oxidation of minerals in the earth. The black truffle is a highly sought-after culinary luxury, fetching up to $890 per pound. Its unique flavor and the difficulty of finding it make it an exclusive delicacy. It grows underground and is located with the help of pigs or dogs, trained to detect its aroma. Its rarity and the complexity of harvesting explain its high price, making it one of the world's most prized culinary gems. Check out the Richat structure, located in Mauritania, known as the Eye of the Sahara. This geological formation spans about 31 miles in diameter and features concentric rings of exposed rock. Although believed to have formed by the erosion of a circular basin, some scientists suggest it could have been caused by a meteorite impact. Most impressively, it's visible from space, a true natural mystery. In Mexico, Moon Lake is famous for not filling completely, despite its large size and depth. This strange phenomenon occurs due to a natural underground drainage system, where water flows through cracks to other points, preventing the lake from fully filling. This behavior has fascinated scientists and tourists alike, generating various theories about the dynamics of its ecosystem. In Dubrovnik, Croatia, the ancient city walls, originally built to protect the city, are now a key tourist attraction. Remarkably, they have endured through centuries and invasions. Today, these walls provide a stunning view of the Adriatic coast. They are a testament to the city's history and resilience. YouTuber The Drones has created a unique drone using Coca-Cola cans, combining 3D printed parts with cameras and motors. On his channel, he shows the entire construction process of this peculiar aerial device, which, despite its somewhat comical design, is capable of flying. This drone is surprising not only for its appearance, but also for its ability to stay in the air for several minutes. A group of creators led by Hacksmith decided to take the Thor myth to the extreme by creating a hammer that's impossible to lift. They took a realistic replica and filled it with molten lead, weighing over 110 pounds. They called it Mjolnir, but without any spells. Here it was all about brute strength. Lifting it is almost as difficult as being worthy of the god of thunder. A mesmerizing marble run broke a world record when a marble traveled 6,296 feet. The event took place in Elg, a small town in Switzerland, and was certified by Guinness World Records. The marble wound its way between houses, hills, and homemade structures for over a mile. Quite a spectacle of precision, patience, and gravity. Hare's antelopes won't let cactuses down. They'll tear off their spines to eat them. In the middle of the desert, where water is scarce, they've perfected this trick worthy of extreme survival. This is how they get both food and hydration. Small, brave, and very resourceful. In Delhi, there's a bar where, instead of drinks, they serve you pure oxygen. It's called Oxy Pure and offers an aromatic experience with nasal tubes and scents like mint, lemon, and lavender. In just 15 minutes, you can feel refreshed, as if you've had a breath of fresh air straight from the Himalayas. Founded by Arshavir and Margarita, this bar has become a curious and healthy alternative to alcohol. Shall we raise a glass of air? On the German island of Nordstrandische Moor, residents don't use cars. They use individual trains. A 2.2-mile railway connects the island to the coast, and each resident has their own carriage. Although it began as a way to transport materials, it was adapted for personal use. The carriages vary between open and closed, but sometimes the wind becomes an obstacle. This is how 18 people on the island travel like real conductors. In a corner of Sydney, 20 tiny acrobats amazed the world when they were born at Taronga Zoo. They are pygmy possums, marsupials that measure no more than 3.5 inches, but glide between branches like expert flyers. With their feathered tails and skin that functions as wings, they dominate the forest air. They live among leaves and heights, barely touching the ground.